getting. Did you say it? Did you hit the button?
Yeah, the button's hit.
It's about getting games exclusive to Game Pass that are 60 metas, and we love it. That's standard.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
Standard.
Hey, first and foremost, got to say hi, Mom. I know you don't watch, but just wanted to say hi. And
hey,
secondly,
Miss Steeler.
Yeah. Also, just wanted to say, hey, what's going on to everyone watching before, live, or after the fact? How sometime you're in the future, some shit, you figured it out. I don't know. And of course, we got a bunch of really good topics today, including some RedFall stuff. We will be covering that. Let us know how the audio is as we go. But you know what? Another week, another podcast, D-Batch.
Yep. And we got some crazy topics this week. If you guys like rants, oh boy, I got a rant coming for you guys today. Yeah, we got some great topics, great hosts. We got
you're kind of breaking up, man. You're kind of breaking up.
You're breaking up every. It's like every 4 seconds. You're cutting out.
There it goes again.
Oh my God. Hey, Zucker, welcome back, man. After your little honeymoon, how you been? Well, it's another week, another RDX.
I'm doing good, man. Sunburned like a motherfucker. Tahiti is absolutely beautiful. I'm glad to be back. Oh, it's hot as shit, bro. Like I literally, when the plane landed, I'm not joking. It was like the plane was sweating. You couldn't see outside the window because it was just fogged up. Wow. It was like it was that humid, that hot. I was just like, I walked out and I almost died. I almost died like Redfall. But no, it was beautiful, and I'm glad to be back, man. Glad to talk games, and what a way to come back to Jedi performing at 2 frames per second, and
it's
Redfall.
more like 27 frames per second. And
I'm sorry,
I had Redfall footage ready today, and I'm low key like glad that something happened to it because it was fucking just, when it was pissing me off. Lethal was there for some of it, but today you're looking at Jedi, and I don't think it's nearly as bad as what some people are saying. But, that's just me. And again, let's just move forward. Let's just keep going forward. Forte, thanks for joining us today, buddy.
Yo, what is up, man? It's good to be here with you guys. Really hard week this week so far, but games always
fucking Tuesday.
No,
You said so far.
Well, my companion of 14 years, my little Chihuahua, passed away.
All right, now it's fucking.
I didn't know that.
I'm
Thanks
sorry.
No. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's just been a hard week. But
why are you even here, man? Like I didn't know that.
Because I need something to take my mind off of the fact that when I walk upstairs and I see an empty cage and something like that.
Now you're making it worse.
All right, then. Don't ask
Animals
me
are better than humans. That's my opinion.
You're right. You are right. They do not disappoint you. They just.
They do. They shit the floor and stuff and act like they didn't do it. But
yeah, but they're fine.
Nevertheless, they're still better than humans.
Forgive them. But no, I'm happy to be here, man, because you guys, just listening to you guys and being a part of the show always brings a smile to my face, and I couldn't be with any other better people. And then plus my mom's here, Luke is here, so I'm always happy with that.
Stop saying that.
What's up? He's my second born.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's up?
Was your firstborn Redfall?
My firstborn is actually slow-mo, but thank you.
Okay, gotcha. Well, thanks for joining us on the show this week. I didn't expect you to be here, and this is a nice surprise.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm happy that you're,
surprised?
Excited to have me on.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm happy you sound excited to be on.
Listen, sometimes I have nothing to say. Go ahead.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, you know what? We also got Hargeet Chaney. I'm just going down. It's no one in no order here. Hargeet's awesome. Another week, another RDX Hargeet.
Yeah, it's been a week. It's been a week
already.
So yeah, we got some stuff to talk about.
All right. Short and sweet.
Yep.
And I think I got everyone right.
Yeah,
guys.
Yep.
Hey, if you're here, again, hit the like button, tell the buddies about the show. Every Tuesday, we do this little thing where me and some friends get together and talk about shit. And this week, we're talking about all the latest topics, including Zalker's mic still clipping, as well as many other things.
Is it fucking clipping?
It was a little bit, yeah. I can lift you up if you just turn yourself down. Jesus Christ, just get a damn DBX. But anyway, we do gotta get into some shout outs here, and then we will get into some topics. Thank you for your patience. We got a Holy Dark Death. Big shout out to you, man. Hey Lincoln. We got Meat Puppet 007, The Dark Knight, Randall Bone 19. We got Quartz, We got Ken66, we got Galveston, Calypso, Boba, Fierce Fuzz, Hargeet, Sean Dasley. I hate you, by the way, Calypso. I hate you back. Dub Mobile, Ricky Falon, Fault Lines, as well as, but not limited to, Nano, Zordon, as KY Bob, Assassin Loop, Before an Object, Teo, Vec Boss, and Michael Bowen, Tasteless Genie, Guillermo Cavilla, Dark CMF, and Alfonso Hogan. If you want to be on that list, renews around the 5th of every month. Check the link down below. You guys are amazing. Interesting topic of the day, / the only thing people are talking about right now or playing. And if you're playing this and you love the game, big shout out to you, because you already know, we're probably not the biggest fans of what we heard about the game so far. And then playing it, I'd have to say it's better after release than it was before release. But that said, it's still... What's the meta right now, Zach? You said, was
64.
That 64 meta. Now, meta's not everything. I do have to preface that because we get the comments, and, people think, because we didn't say something, we said it. That's not the case. I'm never going to tell you can't enjoy something you actually like, right? Like, for instance, Zachary likes Sea of Thieves. I don't care a lot for Sea of Thieves. I like Days Gone. A lot of people didn't like Days Gone. Shit like that. It's all opinion, right? So hopefully you're playing the game, but the game's getting shit on, and in many people's opinion, for the right reasons, right? It's just coming in damn hot. It's coming in really hot. But maybe Zauker has an opinion that might surprise you a little.
Game of the year.
Oh shit! Now maybe that doesn't surprise you, motherfucker. Like Sea of Thieves a lot, but you know what I'm saying?
No. I mean, I made a video about this, and I saw all the people hating on it. Everybody knows since I've been here in RDX talking about Redfall. Redfall is one of my most anticipated games because it's just my type of game. I like looter shooters. I like going with my friends and killing shit. And I was like, all right, I'm looking forward to this. And then when I saw the previews, and then when I saw it was going to be 30, I was worried since then, because if it's not well optimized on the console, it's not going to be well optimized on the PC. And then I got to play the game on both my PC and my console, and it is the most puzzling thing in the fucking world. Because on my PC, I understand I'm not the standard. I shouldn't be, because it's the 4090.
Yeah.
It runs decently on there. Like I'm like, okay, I'm getting 150 frames. I'm enjoying the game. I'm shooting shit.
4090? That's all you getting?
150, maxed everything. Like I'm just
what's the resolution at?
4K.
And that's a DLSS on, right?
DLSS at quality.
Yeah, so it's basically 1440p, 150 frames. Still a lot.
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, like, I'm chilling and I'm enjoying the game. And then I was like, let me download this on the Series X. And it just feels like a fucking different game. I'm like, this feels and looks like shit. Mm-hmm. And then on the PC, don't get me wrong, it's not the greatest thing. I'm like, all right, I'm about like a 6.57. I'm just enjoying killing shit and looking at the world. And then I get on the console and I'm like, this is like a fucking 2.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
So what'd you get, the PC version you said, compared to the console version?
Yeah, I played the PC version and the console version, and I gave the PC version like a 6.5 or maybe a 7 at times.
Yeah.
And then the AI will die on you, and you're like, what's going on? And then the AI will work, and you're like, okay, this is fun. But on the console, it just feels in every aspect different. Like the controller for shooting
They have
bad.
Massive dead zones, like some of the biggest I've seen on a controller, and I don't understand this. Like, fucking include your dead zone, adjustments in your settings. Like that will solve a lot of issues for a lot of people, but they didn't.
Yeah, it's not even that. Like even if at high frames or whatever, I plugged the controller in the PC and it was shit. I was like, this just doesn't feel good. It's just not good. And it's like, okay, like what's going on here? So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm that everybody's like, oh, he's giving it a 7. No, I'm like 2 to 3 hours in, that's it. And I've heard that once you get to that like 4 to 5 hour mark, it just starts falling apart. And I can already see it falling apart around it. Like, but again, I'm just enjoying what it is.
From the beginning, bro. I don't know about that 4 to 5 hour mark.
Oh, shit.
What did you fall apart with? Like I'm saying, like
so
I understand.
Luca, how much have you played the game, and what is your kind of take? In chat, let us know. By the way, again. We would never sit here and hate on something needlessly, especially something we're rooting for from the beginning. Nobody wants to spew negativity towards something like this more than us, really. We don't want to hear it, ourselves, and we don't want to be the ones that got to bitch and tell you our real thoughts, but we got to do it, man. So let us know if you're enjoying the game or not in the chat as we go along. And, of course, Luca, how much of the game have you actually played, and what are your thoughts?
So I've played 2 hours and 20 minutes. My thoughts on the game is that it is mid-tacular.
Hell yeah.
The AI is literally brain dead. Like, okay, so I booted it up and, I did did the little first part, and then immediately I was put off because I don't really like those games where the characters talk to themselves and they're not saying anything of substance. They're just like, "Oh golly gee, what what a great time," or "What's happening here? I didn't expect this." Like I really don't like stuff like that, but I was like, "All right, I'm willing to let that go," right? So I walked around, I looked around a little bit. I was, I walked outside, I saw the little typhoon hurricane thing, and I was just like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that effect." And then I got to the enemies. The AI is brain dead. And the oddest thing about it is that the game talks about having stealth, but it's not really stealth. Like you just
No.
crouch down and you go behind the enemy. And like, okay, I know that this isn't the studio. This is the studio that did Prey, I believe, right?
Yes.
Not Dishonored. But it's just
No,
like
they
you
did.
guys.
They did Dishonored too. It's
Yeah.
Arcane.
No, they there's like
No, it was,
what,
yeah, it's a
Austin
different
and
arcade.
Leon.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
you're saying different studio within Arcane. Got it. Got
Mhm,
it.
yeah.
Got it.
So it's like, but they're still Arcane. So you would think that they would share, I don't know, resources or something. But like in Dishonored, you have the option to choke someone out or murder them. But like in this, you don't even get that prompt. Because in most stealth, quote unquote stealth games, you get a prompt on what you can do, right? But no, what you have to do, you elbow.
Your elbow in the
You're
back,
like, "Go ahead,
back of the
say it
head,
again,
old
say it
fashioned
again."
style.
I'm gonna knock you out.
Where's
Knock
all
you
my
out.
options, man? My options. I could have did all kinds of things before, but now I just got to give him a good
Put
old
him to
elbow.
sleep. Put him
Just-
to sleep.
So what do you give it right now? I mean, well, obviously we're not reviewing the game. Everyone, I feel like it's stupid that I even have to say that, but right now, just so people understand where you're at with it.
Maybe a 6. Again, it's just based off my impressions, not a review, like you said. I played on the Xbox Series X. So I was blinded by the 30 FPS.
I texted her. I said, "How's that 30 FPS feature?" That's a feature, you know.
Making me sick to my stomach. But yeah, I mean, I have some other concerns about it, but the biggest breaking point for me, because at first I was like, all right, it's whatever, it's like another mid title, like not that big of a deal. But the biggest breaking point for me was like after the first cutscene, then I did the first mission, and then after the mission is done, it's
Cutscene?
just a slideshow.
What cutscene? You
no,
talking
I'm
about
talking
the
about-
oil painting?
No, I'm talking about the very
Well, that's
beginning.
autistic vision. You hear?
I'm talking about the very beginning when it's like those two vampires are drinking on that.
Oh, the
potion.
in-game cutscene thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. What you're talking about.
But like after that, it's just a slideshow. And what really did it for me is that me and Slow-Mo were playing because I wanted to try the co-op as well. He's on PC, I'm on Xbox. The co-op was seamless, no issues there.
Hmm.
But what really put me off the game was the mission was to go find like this film reel in order to put it in a projector. And I make a joke right before he's about to play it. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a slideshow on the projector too. And then it was a slideshow on the projector as well. I'm like, why would you make us pick up a film reel to put in this projector to show a slideshow? I was like,
Why
yeah,
are
I'm
you hating
uninstalling this
slideshows
game.
right now? Why you got
Right
so much
now.
hate towards slideshows, huh? It's a new industry
Ridiculous.
standard. Every game's gonna use them.
Just
So we're gonna
$70
do
for this?
slideshows on top of slideshows.
$70? Where did
Is it $70 right now?
It's
Yeah.
$70.
Yes. It's a
Jesus.
$70 game.
$70
Well,
game.
look, I thought it was free. You know, Game Pass and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I feel
Thank-
bad
I know,
for
that's what
anyone who
people
bought
say.
this.
Thank God.
Good luck to y'all.
Mhm.
You know what? And there's not a lot, but there's maybe one or two people I've seen say they enjoy it, and I wish y'all nothing but the best. Godspeed.
And again,
Yeah.
you know, it's your right to enjoy it. Some people like midget porn. I can't tell you what you like or don't like. Only thing I can do is say that me personally, I would say that it pissed me off playing the game. And I try to put this as respectfully as possible, but this game kind of makes me wonder what's going on with that studio, because it's been in development for years, well before Microsoft bought them. Though
5
Microsoft will get all the credit for all the bad, right? Which deservedly so in some respects, like the frame rate, the performance. The game clearly needed more time, and it was on them to maybe give it more time, so it didn't come out in the state. And the reason we're so adamant about being, 100% with you guys about some of the stuff, and it comes off as negative or bashing to some radicals, but we do this because we are actual fans of the brand, and in the long run, we know that this is the best thing for the brand. While in the short term, some will damage control it and be mad at those who do say things like we're going to say. We know that if you say these things, maybe next time, or the thing that comes out next won't do this, right? That's why it's important, because we actually really care, and we don't want to hear the shit coming from Sony guys or anyone else. We just don't feel like fucking with it. So that's why we tell it ourselves, and we know they listen to us. But playing the game, even the main menu screen looked infinitely better than the actual game when you're playing it. The frame rate murdered my eyeballs out of my face. The I just don't. Is this their third IP? How many IP they even made? They made Dishonored. They made spent a long time working on that. Different engine. They made Prey,
Deathloop.
Deathloop. So this would be their third IP, and it's really weird.
I think this specific studio is the one that helped make the Wolfenstein co-op game Bloodline or whatever the hell it's called.
Oh, the bad.
I would rather make another one of them shits.
Yeah. Well, see, that's like I don't know, man. There's something up with the game that just doesn't feel right. And the weird thing is that like when you look at the world's actually not that bad. Like I enjoy looking around, like it's pretty cool.
I think the world,
like
one of the weaknesses.
to me it was just like I didn't look at the map at all. I just looked at the world and was like, oh, there's a building, let me go to it. And there was some shit in it. And I was like, all right, cool. There's some stuff. I'm killing stuff. That's all right, whatever. But that's what Arcane was supposed to be known for, is world building and making it immersive, and that's what they talked about in the game and everything like that. It's like, oh yeah, this is what's happening in Arcane. You feel so immersed in this game, and it doesn't have that. Like the missions I didn't do that film one you're talking about. I don't think I did, but I did the one with like the 2 helicopter crashes. I went there, ran into some stuff, and it's like I was enjoying just killing shit. But at the end of the day, like after 15 hours of that or 20 hours, it's going to get really stale if there's nothing else to it.
Well, God bless you, Zocker, but this game is mid as hell, and I'm glad
it is mid.
I'm glad that dealer kind of warned the audience for what's about to be said right now. But this game is straight ass trash, and I'm not going to accept any type of mediocrity from Microsoft. They haven't been releasing anything that's good, and this game, it's fucking trash. Now, you can say fun and games can be subjective, sure. But this game is broken at its very fucking core. I sent out a tweet not too long ago, and I said in the tweet that the AI is fucking dumb, which it is. It is so fucking dumb. You're right beside these. You're right. No, it is. You're right beside these guys. They ain't doing shit. You try to punch them, your punches aren't even registering. It's shit. There's so many glitches. There's so many times I was sniping somebody and hitting my sniper, and it didn't fucking hit him. Stupid. The ground textures are fucking the worst that I've seen since fucking 360. And in my video, you can see it for your fucking self. The ground textures are fucking
I told Lethal
horrible.
it looked like a 360
How
game.
many F-words do you have in you, bro?
That's why I was laughing. He's worse than me. But I was telling Lethal when we were playing a little bit of test that out. This looks like a 360 game. Really, like I don't know, man. I feel like Halo 4 might have looked better than this game. I'm not even gonna exaggerate. Maybe that's my memory.
The textures on the wall, some of the textures, they load in slow. Some of the textures don't load in at all. Some of the textures, like the billboards on some of the cars and the buildings, they don't fucking load in at all, ever. They don't fucking load in. You're walking like down the street, you're seeing textures pop in on the rocks. Like it's bad. The trees are popping in. The trees are like basic, like holy shit. The trees look so bad. The enemies are so dumb. Like you're attacking them and like they're so far away, and like how they swoop towards you, it's like so easy to kill them. Like there's no fucking challenge to this game at all. The AI is stupid, and the 30 FPS, I freaking told you guys, this will kill the game.
We told them.
FPS, it sucks. It feels so bad in a shooter in general, and especially in this game. I feel like I'm on ice skates, literally. And if you played it on the Series X, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I felt like I was on ice skates.
I felt like I was gliding. It was really weird.
Because you're a ghost.
And what about the shadows?
Because you're a vampire.
I'm looking at some of the shadows. The shadows are like really low quality, and they're flickering. Like this game is just a mess at its core. So how are you having fun in this fucking game? How are you having fun when it's broken? The AI is fucking stupid as hell. The enemy attacks are stupid as hell. The world is barren. The world is barren. The environments are bland. The textures are garbage. Like demand more. Demand better. And if until you fucking simps demand better on this shit, you're gonna continue to keep getting crap like this. When you stand up and say, no, I don't want this shit, you're gonna get better. And if you guys think I don't like Xbox, I don't give a rat's ass. I've been with Xbox from day one. I've been Xbox Live since the day it fucking launched.
Here's the beta tester.
I had the original Xbox. I've had every single fucking Xbox that was ever created. I get all of the games for it. I love my Xbox. I love the ecosystem. I love gaming in general. I love a fucking PlayStation 2. I don't give a fuck what you guys think or say. I love gaming in general. I play a lot of my games on fucking PC. I play a lot of my Xbox games on PC. I play games wherever the fuck I can play them. And I love gaming. And gaming comes first to me besides this fucking tribal shit. It's fucking garbage, and it's okay to say, you know what, Xbox, you're fucking up here. We want better. You're not gonna get better until you demand better. And this game is fucking mid as fuck. And if you like this game, you're having fun in this game, maybe co-op. You could force it with your friends. I can understand it being a little bit fun in co-op, maybe fun in little short bursts, maybe because it's just something new, killing vampires. But overall, the game is fucking mid, and it is what it is. And if you don't like it, so be it.
Yeah, you're clearly not just saying it to say it, right? We'd all rather be up here talking about something that's phenomenal and that we're getting our minds blown by. But I think I want to say this? That's what I'm saying. You definitely don't want to.
That we've been going through as Xbox fans with the ABK deal and all the fucking shit that's been just wrong with Xbox. You think I want to come out here and lump on Xbox when I'm sitting here staring at my Series X beautiful Halo Edition console right now? I don't. But I got to tell you guys the truth, and I'm always going to tell you guys the truth because we're gamers, and I'm a gamer, and I don't care if I lose views, if I lose followers. I'm going to tell you the truth, and if you want the truth, that's what you're going to get with me.
Yep. And the same for anyone on this panel, I would presume, right? I think everyone here pretty much just keep it 100, and I've lost quite a few followers and stuff like that after some of these shows, and I don't change my tune because, again, if you don't know me by now, then I don't know why the hell you would be here. We all kind of feel a pretty similar way. I will say that's why I respect some people. Even if, let's say, you're playing RedFall today and you end up saying, I realize, it looks like I bought it from a flea market and it's not the greatest thing ever, but I'm still getting a little bit of enjoyment out of it, or it's okay, or I expected worse, but you're still saying, okay, I really would want them to do better next time, publicly, stuff like that. And that's why I respect that so much, because that feedback is the feedback they need, not the guy in the back saying, bring us another Banjo-Kazooie. We need some honest feedback.
And when
I see how you finish it, right?
When I was playing it on PC, and it looked virtually the same, just a little bit fucking sharper and obviously a better frame rate. And even with, I complained that they should delay this game. Even with the frame rate's not saving the game. I still have some inconsistencies. It runs a lot higher, but I still get drops. I still get some fucking hitches, and that should never be. And on an RTX 4090 with a game, I have a 4092. I don't put DLSS on, so I was getting 105 to 150 and something like that. Some drops to 45, 65, but most of the time it was around, I don't know, 100. Let's just say 100. For a game that looks like that on an RTX 4090, there's no way it should just be running at 100. It should be running at fucking 200 frames, because that game is not a beautiful, demanding game. What the fuck is going on? And I gotta say one more thing here.
It's not optimized. We know.
Why release these games in this fucking state when it hurts the game and it hurts your fucking bottom line? Delay the fucking game. Yeah, you're gonna get some fucking heat for delaying the game, but it's not gonna be the same type of fucking smoke that you're getting today. And this goes to everybody. Even the Star Wars game. That game should have been delayed until they got it right. And I know we're getting into that a little bit later, so I'll just put this little part in. That game actually got patched, and it's running much better on the PlayStation 5. It's running good on the Xbox Series X now. It's holding 60 most of the time. On PC, you're getting 30 FPS more than what we were getting initially. So they've managed to patch that game in 3-4 days. Fucking Redfall ain't getting patched up anytime fucking soon. Maybe some of those glitches are gonna get patched up, hopefully, but that 30 FPS shit ain't getting patched up anytime soon. So fucking release it like that. Yep. It's just bad for the game, and it's bad.
There was
for the
another patch for it today.
That's it.
Hargy, I want to know what your thought. There was a patch today earlier for Redfall or Star Wars?
Jedi.
Okay.
For Redfall, they actually did have a patch for that today as well on Xbox. They also released the drivers today for NVIDIA that include the whatever the game experience enhancements for the 40 series cards. Either way, when we saw the 30 frames per second announcement, you knew this was coming in messy. That's just the way it is. They should have delayed this thing. There's no reason not to, and you can see the results. This feels like a game that needed another year and a half because there's no content, right? So either they were doing something different and pulled it, and they just erased the content, or they really just needed a lot more time to fill out that area, because that's what I'm hearing. It eventually gets boring, And there was a game I played in alpha that might be delayed to about February next year from a company that made some DC games, and it felt the same way. This is exactly what it was. You're like, why am I doing the same thing over and over again? This is boring. It doesn't add up, and they rightly delayed it. And Microsoft did not delay this. They should have. Now I don't know what the contract is with ZeniMax and whether Phil can actually do things or not. That's supposedly a thing where he's not supposed to interfere, but really,
it's time to
there
interfere.
has to be interference. It's time to interfere. You can't allow this, right? Now I get it. Arcane has not been a large studio to make large games. Whatever, fine. That's all fine. But now they're a first-party studio to a massive platform. They have to be aware of that.
Yeah.
You can't just release crap like this. It's just not acceptable.
Or at least send ATG out to your own damn first-party studio and be like, here's how you get the frames going.
Or at least tell them this is happening. And I guess, did Phil play this? I assume he did.
Yeah.
And they were okay with it? Like, but they didn't see that this wasn't going to be good?
They knew.
Like,
they knew. And that's why the embargoes were how they were. That's how they distributed it to us, how they distributed it to us.
That's why they said ship it.
Yep, and that's why they.
That's not why that's not the only reason. They saw the plan that probably the studio had for the next 6 months after release, and they're like, "Fuck it, this isn't going to get any better. Like, we're not gonna." They just don't. They don't trust it. They don't trust that studio to give them time. That's just what it is.
But they
That's
have a
all
track
it's
record.
going to be. Yeah, they have a track record of certain games. They don't have a track record for this type of game, and the games that they have a track record for don't fucking sell. They don't. They don't make money.
That's not,
like,
again,
that's-
I think they've kind of rested everything on. We let these guys do, build the things they want to build, how they want to build. I don't think it's that they didn't trust them, and that's why they didn't do certain things. I just think that management has to step up and say, look, this isn't done. That's a problem in itself, right? But then there's all the additional problems that are with the game. Even if it were done, you could think, okay, maybe it's trying to imitate a lot of stuff, but it doesn't quite live up to any of that stuff for the most part. Doesn't mean you can't enjoy it, but at the end of the day, like, the game needed more. And my question is, why didn't they hire people or get people over there that knew the engine or knew certain things technically better? Or is it just a matter of...
They had IdTech there to help them. They had a bunch of other people there to help them. They've talked about it.
They switched to UE for that.
They got Bob Ross to help them with those slideshows.
And they switched to UE, which Hargeet and I&D were saying that, like, a lot of these games are going to be 30 on the console when it comes out, and it is.
That's not not UE5.
It's not exactly. It's UE4.
Exactly. It has nothing to do with the Unreal. It's fucking optimizations.
I'm just saying, man. At the end of the day,
it ain't nothing to do with Unreal Engine
5. A lot of Unreal Engine 5 games are definitely going to be fucking 30 FPS on the console. Do you think Hellblade is going to be fucking 60
yes,
FPS?
I do think it will have a 60 FPS, but we talked about
later,
this. But yeah.
But yeah, Redfall itself, just, oh my goodness, why? Like, why does this need to keep happening? After Hi-Fi Rush, which was a great success, they shadow dropped it. It got critical acclaim. It's still the top freaking open critic of the year, right? And then they dropped this. And like, why? What was the need for this? They could have just delayed it, get the thing up to snuff. I guess this is really just the 12-month thing, I'm guessing, because I don't know what else reason there is. It's not like Microsoft's running out of billions of dollars they make every freaking day.
So what made this
the heck is
game
the
so
problem?
special to make it come out in 12 months and not something else?
Exactly. Special. It was just push this fucker out. That's all it was. That's literally all it was.
I'm constipated.
Like, we just don't see the light of day of this getting fixed. So, like, to hell with it, just put it out. But that's not a good look either. Like,
not a
they
good
need to put out
strategy.
games that are
Well, we're also
good.
talking about a company that literally did the same thing with their biggest IP ever. So,
And they're used to looking bad, so they're just like, well, it's another
Well,
L for us,
look,
whatever.
Wolfenstein Youngblood and Fallout 76, that was at a time where they were literally selling themselves off, right? And they were trying to milk those franchises one last time before they sold. I mean,
it's not even just milking them. If you look at what it is, like 76 and Young Bloods, and now this, it's all the service games that it seems that Bethesda, before Xbox bought them, had a plan. Like, they probably had an 8 to 10 year roadmap of, like, we're going to make these 3 games as service games to get a little bit of money or make more money. And then you throw it into, like, Elder Scrolls Online. Like, you can see, like, they were like, oh shit, that was a mistake because we didn't have the right people in place to make these service games. And I hope this is the last one of that, because we don't, like, what else is announced from them outside of Elder Scrolls that's 80 years away? Like, we got Starfield, and that's pretty much all we know, or Indiana Jones.
We have Indiana Jones, right? Yeah.
biggest service they can do for us is
like,
to release finished games.
It's like it's not just that. It's just like this whole thing now. Like, if you look across social media, you look across everywhere, like, people are literally like, well, fuck. Like, now it's all up on Starfield. And what happens if Starfield doesn't meet the excitement that everybody is thinking of? Like, what happens if it doesn't do that?
Starfield needs to launch damn well near perfect. It really does. There's a lot of pressure
From
on them to release
Bethesda.
that game perfectly. I just gotta say the truth. And there's a lot of hints that this game is gonna be 30 FPS. And I'm telling you right
Yep.
freaking now, if this game is
It's gonna be
30
30.
FPS, I'm turning Twitter off that fucking day. That week, I'm probably gonna skip RDX podcast. I'm probably gonna book a flight to like Acapulco somewhere and just like
Yo, go to Tahiti,
have
bro.
a week,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Go to
holy
Tahiti.
shit.
Look.
It's
I
easy.
want to hear
It's a
more.
safe
We're going to come
place.
back to Starfield because there are concerns, and there's even articles saying similar things, right? And we'll come back to that. Big shout out to everyone watching, over 1,000 already here. We started at 5 minutes or so late. If you missed this, thank you very much for joining us. Hit the like button, tell everybody to, and of course, we got to get some of these chats before we get too far behind here.
Can I just say one thing
Huh?
really quick?
What?
I'm going to say something.
What?
People are saying to D in the chat, like, it doesn't matter you have a PC. What part of do you not understand that if the game is not that well optimized on the console, it's not going to be that well optimized on PC?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
do you not understand that? Like, that's the whole point.
Plus,
Gamers
it
are
doesn't matter,
together and
right?
shit.
on
People buy the
PC,
console and they have an expectation that the console works, and the game,
Yes.
even if the console was performing horribly, the game has to be fun.
Yeah.
The game
Yeah.
has to have value. Like, what is the
Yeah.
point of
And
this
it's the
game?
principle of the matter anyway. Like the game's
Yeah.
got problems and they shouldn't be there, and you're your customer, right? So, Garuda and Truda, by the way, says, I'll be honest, this feels like Xbox One Part 2. Oh, come on, man. He says Xbox One had a better first year. If
They
you first
did.
used in Series A.
That's
Yeah,
fact.
there wasn't a
They did.
pandemic then, and I'm not using that as an excuse, but I'm saying that did play a factor.
I mean, there wasn't a pandemic then, but there was also no fucking money then. So at this point,
Well,
it's like they
still
have way
managed,
more
right?
money.
They still managed with fucking Sunset Overdrive and Titanfall in the first couple years and some other shit.
Dead
but
Rising 3.
Dead
Dead
and-
Rising 3,
Rise and stuff
Rise.
like that.
Like,
No, none of them
honestly-
were particularly amazing. They were still great.
Listen,
They weren't bad. They
Ashtray?
weren't. They weren't. They
Huh?
weren't
I just want to say real quick, like the pandemic. I know you said it's not really an excuse, but other studios like Sony and Nintendo have been able
Mhm.
to put out great titles since then. So I don't.
Yeah.
You can't use
Well, they
that.
did
I'm
release
not
with
saying that
problems
you
too.
are. Yeah, but the
not
games
like
are still
this. This game is just
significantly
rushed
better.
to hell.
It's not
Significantly
just
better.
it's not just
if
this,
you-
it's everything.
And if you make
There
a
ain't been
comparison,
nothing else. Fuck.
and if you make
Exactly,
a comparison,
everything.
only just released the Burning Shores DLC for Horizon, and that's fucking DLC, and the quality of that is
Well, I mean,
incredible.
if you want to talk about DLC, then also, the Forza Horizon 5 did just have the Rally DLC, which was also pretty
yeah,
good, right?
which
I mean, that happens, but-
which is good. But I'm saying
Yeah.
they just released DLC. We just released a AAA game, and look at the fucking difference. And I
I'm gonna go
gotta
with
be
Fonz
honest.
on this
Oh, yeah.
one.
Fonz
It's
isn't
gotta
here.
be
I forgot to
honest.
say something. Fonz
I
isn't
gotta-
here.
if we acknowledge that Sony puts out pretty much polished stuff that looks good, that plays good. We don't have to like the genre all the time, but at least they put out polished stuff. If we can at least admit that, then we can admit that Xbox needs to have the same fucking type of
Yeah,
standard.
I don't know
And
that
they
we need
just
to even look at
don't.
Sony or Nintendo or anybody else. We don't need to do the whataboutism.
You
They
do,
need to
you
meet
do,
their
you
own
do.
freaking. No, they just
No,
need
you
to
do.
meet quality.
Because this
They
this
need to
this,
make
this,
quality.
this,
because
this
they're
affects your
direct
bottom fucking
competitors,
line. No,
so.
this
Yeah,
affects
yeah.
your fucking bottom line. And when people see that Sony and Nintendo and these other companies are doing shit good, they go over there and Xbox becomes the fucking. And you
Oh, and
have
he
to
cut out.
change the fucking narrative. And when you keep releasing mediocre and broken shit, it doesn't help. And God help us, if fucking Starfield is fucking 30 FPS, man.
Todd Howard, please, make sure that game's done. The good news is they delayed Starfield, right? And they delayed this as well, but Todd seemed pretty confident in it. Hopefully it's a great...
Todd always seems confident. He's a
he did say
liar.
16 times the detail.
He is
and
a
stuff,
liar.
Come on,
Do you
take
not
it easy on
remember
my
how
man Todd Howard. He
confident-
likes
do you
30
remember
frames.
how confident he was with Fallout 76? He's like, it's a banger.
Yeah.
It was like, all right,
Hey,
solid.
Ashtray
I like
Gaming,
your
Ashtray
jacket.
Gaming, by the way, says can't make it live, but I'm gonna catch a rerun. Thank you very much, sir. We've also got a lot of these. Zachary, you want to cue some of these up while I'm getting the initial ones going
I
here? But
can copy them down for you if you want, but
okay.
Can you read them, Hargeet?
I can read them. Yeah, sure, if you want.
Go
So
Which
after
one, y'all?
Ashtray Gaming, we had Danny Passion, $2. I played 40 minutes on PC, 4090. The game is trash.
oh shit.
Yeah, it is what it is. Simpin Gaming, $5. I'm 11 hours in. I'm having fun, but it has its problems. I set the sensitivity to 3.75 and input response to low, and the aiming improved a lot. Yeah, for some
I
reason,
did the
apparently
same
it
thing, and
sets
it's
the
still not
delay
great to me.
for your controller for some reason to default like high delay. I'm like, well, I don't know why it does
Yeah.
that. But anyhow, Danny Passion, $2. I prefer to play Phantom Dust. Redfall is trash.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Mike, Canadian 11, considering the Redfall project started before acquisition, do you think Microsoft just wanted to push this game out ASAP so the studio can reset and start fresh under Xbox? Maybe.
Who knows?
I
But
don't know.
they do really need to get things done. I don't know. The real Phil
Shout out to you, though,
Spencer,
Mike.
$2. This is
know-
about delivering great broken games at 30 frames per second.
Fuck. See, this is what we want to avoid, Chad. This is why we hate doing this shit. We don't like this
Come on,
shit.
it's funny. Danny Fashion, $2. Sony would remove a game like this from their store. Yeah, probably.
Unless they were
risk it
making
for
all the money
biscuit.
from it.
Yeah, right. Risk it for the biscuit. Australian $8. I shot a coffee cup with a shotgun. It made bullet holes. It's Halo fruit all over again. I think it's game of the year. Xbox for the win.
Xbox for the win. Shout out to
Mr.
Rizky.
J, $2. Xbox started strong with Hi-Fi Rush. Now we get this.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Space
and that's another
Dopamine.
thing too. Is a lot of like I said, there's been a lot of talk of they released stuff that's got bugs or they hadn't really released anything like this whole generation hardly at all. And the last thing they, Horizon 5 released pretty well done. They got great reviews. Halo, some people gave it a 10 out of 10 somehow, but it didn't release the best. And we've seen how it kind of finished. And then you got Hi-Fi Rush, which came out great, and then you got this, which has malaria. And I don't know. I don't know about, it's just weird. You can't just say they just only release certain things that are fucked up and stuff like that. Like, I don't feel like this is like some of the other scenarios. 343 was a weird fucking one-off weird shit, and now there's this.
Hey.
But I just hope for
Look,
better shit in the
I
future.
did the analysis of
I
all
gotta say,
those.
but-
Go ahead, sorry.
This tweet right now, I don't know the guy, Perfect Sauna or whatever. He goes, Redfall on Series X had 0 issues, and the AI has been pretty tight and savage in some cases. You must be Red 2 with a Voodoo 3DF card. hate it because you hate it that bad. Like, it's people like this, like, that infuriate me. Like, what?
Why do you
The
gotta
game
call
has
my
a
man's out
whole-
like that?
I mean,
the
I don't know if
game
they
has
patched
a whole
stuff, but
host
I
of
mean,
issues.
yeah.
Come on, man.
There's so many
Come
things
on.
I've seen that are issues.
I played it today. It's still shitty.
So look, I went through all the first party stuff from Sony and Nintendo and Microsoft had the highest meta. Just saying, it's just perception at times. It is what it is, but with this, it definitely drops below.
Yep.
Right. I think now it's going to be Sony higher, Microsoft, and then Nintendo. But it is what it is. Anyway, Space Overkeen, $2. Unreal Engine is overrated as fuck. I
Oh
guess,
shit!
yeah.
The engine isn't the problem, but thank you very much.
No, it's not the end.
Risk it for the biscuit, Australian 8. Someone once said Redfall is not Xbox's Forspoken.
Who said that? Which one of y'all said that?
I don't know. I'm not sure who said it.
It was
I
probably
really
Luca.
don't know who said that.
I think it just might be worse.
Yeah,
What do you guys
what do you guys think? It might be, yeah.
Yeah.
Critically.
Can I just say?
Yeah,
Can I just
yeah,
say the
that's
most
right,
savage
yeah.
thing I saw on Twitter was Luca when she said Redfall's Metacritic is lower than the asking price of the game. I fucking honestly, Luca, I legitimately laughed like out loud by myself. I died, man.
Oh man, it's bad out
Yeah,
here, man.
Imagine if you had to pay based on the meta. That'd be interesting.
Oh, man.
What about,
least
what
you have
about
to
the
earn it.
guys that paid for the DLC?
Oh,
One of them got the
shit.
DLC for this game.
Fuck, man, they're gonna
Oh,
get
the
double.
iPad
They're gonna
edition?
get
Oh,
double
my
the fun
goodness.
with it. Stop being a
At least it's
hater.
good DLC. It's at 60 FPS mode.
Right?
Simping Gaming, by the way, says indie
Simping
games
Gaming.
are
Oh, yeah, sorry.
only first party and Nintendo first party are the only ones that releasing games that are actually done in good shape. And
Well, that's not
Well,
true.
that's
Nintendo-
not
yeah,
true.
that's not
Nintendo released
That's
that
not true.
fucking Pokemon shit.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on, that
not
was
true
pretty
either.
bad. And
So yeah.
Xbox's games, and especially their PC ports, they've been really good. They've actually been a lot better than everybody else's. So this is the fucking outlier, at least for their PC
It is,
port.
and it's stupid.
but
yeah.
but even if this game, I'll be honest with you guys, even if this game wasn't broken, it's still mid as fuck.
Yeah.
oh shit.
So I keep going, so we got-
Risky's got another one.
Yep, risk it for the biscuit. Australian 8. Last one. Duck any shills that don't ask for better for the sake of a plastic box war. Some are saying to now fire Matt Booty. What you guys think? Well, Matt Booty doesn't
No.
run ZeniMax. Just saying, Matt Booty is on the Xbox Game Studio side.
These
This would be-
guys,
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
they do. You're breaking up, by the way. We're not trying to cut you off, but they do separate the ZeniMax thing. They got their own publishing arm. Even the way
It's
they distributed
behind.
Redfall before release was different, which I learned that late. I didn't know exactly what was happening with it. So I'm not sure exactly what Matt Booty's in control of, but I do know that Maybe they need to hire another Matt Booty, help Matt Booty, the other number 2 out.
Pete Hines. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
figure
know
something
I
just-
think there's
something out.
somebody there who
This-
does that too, but it's somebody under Pete Hines.
This game was in development long before they acquired the studio,
true.
so they get a half a pass there. But at the same time, there's got to be somebody doing the quality control, and there has to be
Yeah.
somebody that who
I'm
played
not
this?
giving them. I'm
beta
not giving them a
tested
pass. I'm not giving them a
Yeah.
pass.
No,
at all.
hell no. I
Listen,
don't give no
listen.
pass on
Time out.
this.
Time out. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
giving
got a
them
bus
half a
pass on the
pass.
podcast.
I'm not giving them half a pass or any pass because what happened here, if honestly, because the way they handled Halo Infinite, they almost released that shit until everybody destroyed Craig face, and
Not
they're like, we'll give it a
everybody.
year. Like I'm just some people were like, it's fine. No, it's not. And that's
10
the
out of 10.
problem is that they still wanted to release it that year, but then delayed it for a year, and it still came out half a game. Like that is a problem, everybody.
Yeah, I
like,
understand
and
that,
so
but
and so I'm just saying, I don't care if it's in development beforehand. Psychonauts was developed before Xbox bought them, and then they said this game became the way it is because Xbox funded us, and it became the game that it is today because of
That's
them.
a good studio.
Yeah,
that's
but
why,
I'm
So then,
talking
hang on,
about
dude, hang on,
more-
dude.
I'm talking about the.
Let me just say, I'm just saying, man. Like at the end of the day, they need to be held accountable, and it is. I don't give a fuck. No half
Phil
pass.
needs to be held
They
accountable.
need to be held
No,
accountable.
listen,
They
listen.
went there.
The game. What I'm saying is maybe you misinterpreted what I said. What I'm saying is that the core game itself, it was already there. The premise was there. The layout was there. Everything was already set in stone before Microsoft took over the company. So there's nothing they could do about that. They are, however, responsible for looking at the quality control, which I was saying. Somebody should have been looking at the quality control. Who played this game? Who beta tested this game? Who didn't see all of these bugs that are so evident? That, like, I can understand you're missing a couple of bugs. This is more than a couple of bugs. Like fucking texture not ever loading in. That is a fucking problem. The ground textures, that is a problem. But the core game itself, it is what it is. And like I said, if this game wasn't borked, it's still fucking mid, and I hate these type of fucking mid games. Give
Yeah.
us some real, true AAA games, not this fucking fodder.
I mean, it's like the Jedi Survivor game tells you the equivalent, right? The performance things are there, technical issues are there. However, the gameplay is good, right?
It's
the actual
awesome.
core game is good, and so people forgive it because, like, okay, fine, they'll fix the tech issues, that'll get better, but the game itself is worth playing.
And it's not
That's the
not
thing
broken.
they
It's
should have
not-
right. Yeah.
The thing is, it's not the Jedi game is not broken.
This is
The
actually
AI
a
is not
really
broken.
good game.
Yeah,
with
it's an
some
amazing
performance
Very
issues.
good. It's just a performance. That's it.
By
But
the way,
it's just core gameplay is just terrible in Redfall, right? That's what we're hearing.
Facts.
There's
and,
just-
and
it's
again, I won't
empty.
pretend to speak for everyone.
It's
I
just
mean,
not
I
good.
legitimately believe some people love the fucking gameplay. That's fine, right? But you got to at least be able to be honest about everything else. As long as they're doing that, I don't got a problem, right? But I can't tell somebody they don't enjoy something, or I'd be like, fuck Zelda,
Yeah, there's,
because I don't enjoy Zelda, right? But so many others don't understand that perspective. That's my perspective, right?
there's people that enjoy the Paw Patrol racing game on Xbox.
That's
too.
just fire. Well, no,
Come
don't start talking shit.
on.
Hey, we also
right,
got
continue?
Goose
Yeah.
Goo. Go ahead.
Geoskew, I don't know, $5. I hope Forza Motorsport will be good after 6 years from Forza 7. If not, I'll give up.
Yeah, it better be pretty good. I got a lot of faith in
looking
Turn 10. And then Alvin.
Yep. Alvin, $5. The new Strand Scout rifle from the Guardian games has some god tier rolls. Just thought I'd mix up the chats a bit. # Destiny 2.
You made it
All
worse. I'm just kidding, buddy.
Didn't Destiny get like 60 meta?
Something like that.
Destiny 2? I don't think it was that bad. But anyways,
No,
Nighthawk,
no.
it's just a $2, I guess.
Nighthawk,
super chat
shout out
with
to you, brother. And shout out to everyone checking this out, man. Again, let us know if you play RedFall. I'm going to put up a poll here, actually. Get a little votes here. And Sony guys, you can vote too. I know you're in here. And let us know if you enjoyed or enjoying RedFall on your rig. Or,
Fucking, you mean mid fail?
you like it.
game.
You like it, Red Fool. You like all of it.
Red fail.
But yeah, that's the last thing that we want to have to bitch about. The performance is sketchy. That's why I was saying from the beginning, like, this is a time thing, which means that if the polish isn't there, who knows what else is going on with it, and that's unfortunate. $70 too.
Hey,
So
Hey, the HDR is okay though.
38 frames per second announcement, right? It was like you know this game is going to be crap if it's going to have that's a feature, 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
Come on, that just means you haven't finished this game.
That's
and
a
you're just
DLC.
running
Yeah,
out.
it's not finished. It's not finished.
Yeah, it's just.
And when
not
you
finished.
look at it and you play, it's like, how the hell is this not getting to 60 FPS? Like,
It should,
Like,
right?
is there
The
ray
graphics are not
tracing? Is
that
there ray
demanding.
tracing we don't know
And
about?
I'm gonna say this
going
right
on?
now. Any game that
No
they have
illumination?
first party, every game that they have first party better be 60 FPS, because if you're not the one that's gonna be utilizing the software and all the tools on your console with first party
Yep.
studios, your third party is definitely not gonna fucking do it. So you better be prepared, everybody in here, and this is what I said in my video,
Right.
that every game is gonna run better on another platform, not the
Yeah.
Xbox.
And don't make the mistake of
It's-
thinking you need any of those features to make this run at 60. This game shouldn't be any more demanding than fucking Dead, I don't know, fucking State of Decay 2 almost. Like, it should be maybe a little more demanding than State of Decay 2. That's it. Like, this isn't a graphics pusher.
I give them one exception to that, and that
Pull us
was
up, by the
Microsoft Flight Simulator, just because what it's doing is insane, and I'm surprised they even got it on consoles. Like, okay, fine, I'll forgive 30 frames.
I'll forgive that. Yeah, that game is just
That's an
fucking
actual
insane
next gen
looking.
game that's like, you know, pushing shit that's never been done before.
Yep.
Luca played it for like 20 hours when it came out.
I've never stabbed vampires before.
You never stabbed him in a plane either. Did you, bitch?
No, that was snakes.
Mm. Stupid.
Stupid.
What a stupid fucking movie.
I know it is.
Oh,
Hey, speaking of, John Wick 4 wasn't bad.
Holy shit, you're floating in the air and you killed a guy and then you
Yeah,
fell.
that's the
and
one.
died.
That's the glitch. That's the one glitch I actually found. I think during my whole playthrough so
I
far.
love it.
And I did fly in the air like that. It was Jedi powers. It wasn't a glitch. Don't you spread misinformation now.
It was a feature. It's 30 frames.
It's a feature and a bug. But you know, any final closing thoughts on RedFall? I got the poll up. Let us know if you're enjoying RedFall. If you are, great. More power to you. Hopefully, you know, you're sending them some feedback on that. And of course, if you're not, we want to hear your thoughts as well. Maybe we can get a few of those.
My final thought is that from now on, like whatever, like I've said since last year, 2023, I'm not making excuses for them. The game show better be banger. Whatever show you have coming in a month and a half or whatever the hell's going on, that better be good. And if Starfield comes out and it's not that good, there needs to be some changes done over there at Xbox.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying people need to get fired or anything like that. I don't know what needs to happen, but things need to change drastically, because at this point you're a laughing stock. Ryan McCaffrey put out a pretty freaking awesome tweet that explained a lot, saying that he feels like a lot of times people look at the glory days of the Xbox 360 when an entire generation of gamers for the last 15 years don't remember that. They weren't alive or were too young to even remember that. And they just think of Xbox as a joke, and it's a problem for Xbox to think that way. And so the only way you can fix this, it's not by sitting there going, Game Pass is great value, this, that. It's about just bringing out good quality content and games that help people understand that, like, holy shit, I want to play this. One of those for me personally was Gears of War and Halo. That's why I was on Xbox, because of those types of games. It's been a while since you brought up anything like that, even though I do like Sea of Thieves. But those type of games where it like blew your mind, that's what you fucking need. And that's what needs to happen, especially if Starfield comes out. Anything other than like Game of the Year contender, holy shit, this is like drastically insane. If it comes 30 and all that and you're not using that shit, things need to change big time.
Hey, let me get a few more of these. Nighthawk says, I'm fine with 30 FPS if Starfield is gorgeous. It's just, it shouldn't be 30 FPS. You know, the only thing taxing in that game really stressing the hardware is it should be the I/O, right? Traveling through planets and all the data they're going to be moving. But other than that, man, I don't see why they couldn't get it running in a 60 FPS mode. We'll see, ultimately. East Texas Alex, this guy's been watching the show for years, like years and years. Big shout out to him. $10 super chat. He says, hello, everybody. In your opinion, why do you think so many games are coming out kind of broken or buggy? And also Zalker's a toddler. You know,
because I think
he was
data.
asking me, bitch. He only wanted me. No, he you know, Zalker, you gotta admit, it's got something to do with the way I personally think, and I think this is why Microsoft came out with a what was it, a CES or some shit. They came out with a whole like suite of things to help developers make games at home, because they didn't have a proper way, and so many studios have talked about this. When they left the studios and went home to make games, they didn't have a proper way to do this shit. Like they'd never done it before like this on this scale, right? So they literally came out with a suite. This is designed to help guys do this kind of stuff like a year after or whenever. And I think that's a massive part of it, is when everybody packed up, went home, and all the problems with quality control and making sure things are done and all this shit just wasn't done. And I think it's got a lot to do with the transition from work to home and now back to work for a lot of people. That, in my opinion, it seems like everything the pandemic has touched, no matter how shiny and great it has been, maybe some are way worse than others, but still, There seems to be more issues with games now than I remember ever, really. If it's across
I mean,
the board.
there was issues back in the day. I think it's more of analytics that they're like, we can release this game out now, save some money on budget, get rid of some contractors, and then be like, cool, then we'll make money on the back end when the game gets really better later. Because every single game just feels a lot better. Like they just run better 7, 8, 9 months later after release. And they probably have analytics that show it doesn't matter. You're going to make just same amount of money, so just release it. And you get it's all about cutting costs because they don't give a shit.
I mean,
Like,
even Sony
that's
was
what
doing this
sucks.
stuff like a little bit. So I don't think that's the case.
I mean, even Sony was doing it a little bit with certain things, but not as bad. I think it's more like third party. They just don't care. Like even the performance issues on this game in Jedi. Yeah, it's a good game, but it had massive issues across all platforms.
Yeah.
Yet it like broke records for them. Like it's already like 4 times more than the first one on Twitch and all this other stuff. It's the numbers 2 sold in UK like in one day or like.
But it's
since it was
35%
released.
down from the UK on physical copies only.
Physical,
I love those
bitch.
stupid
But like
headlines.
I'm just saying that them. I think it's them wanting to get rid of like it's just all about the money, and that's why they release it, and people don't give a shit. And I mean, at this point, for me, I don't play games day and date anymore. Like there's no point for me to do that because they're going to be way better. I've reviewed games. I'm offered review games weekly. I turn them down because I don't want to play broken games anymore. And
Why are
I'm
you
tired
making
of
so many
it.
assumptions about games, putting them all in a box like that, huh?
Because so far that's what they've been, man. Like they just don't work. Like it just is what it is. And I don't like doing that anymore. I don't review games anymore because of it, because I want to enjoy a good product. And so it's fucked. And as for what Xbox needs to do, quality control. And I also think that Xbox needs to hire an asshole. I know that sounds weird,
Yeah.
but they need to hire like a dude that's a dick. And
Yeah,
like
just goes around, "This is fucking trash."
Job
or a
description
woman
must
or-
be an asshole.
like dude just an asshole. Like, and to be honest, like a lot of people, there's rumor like a lot of people that left Xbox were those types of people where they were like, what the fuck is this?
That's
like
not
asking
that's not
hard
a rumor.
questions.
Like I know key people at Xbox that had left.
Yes,
And
that
again,
were
like
that were like
they
that.
they're not a fan of some of the direction people are taking Xbox. And I agree. I think that's something Sony does is they keep that steel toe boot on and they're ready to shove it up someone's ass and they don't say, all right, we'll have it next week, okay? Like they're like, no, like what the fuck? This is supposed to be out here, right? And we all know what's possible here. This is what you can do to help get it there. And let's stay on task and let's have some quality control. I think they should have a little bit of
The head of
you know?
the head of Sony PlayStation, when he first played God of War, fucking hated it.
Yeah.
And he was like, the combat feels like basically feels like shit. What's Atreus doing here? Like you got to admit, like this isn't good enough. And that was in the documentation, like the documentary that they had, like that was there. Like he was like super disappointed. He was like, "What is this?" And they revamped the combat to make
He's
it
like,
better.
there's no
and it's one of the
textures, there's
best
wireframing everywhere. It's like,
It's
it's not
like,
done,
like it
sir.
just feels. He said it feels floaty, and then a bunch of the QA testers were like, "This doesn't feel good to play," and it's like, "Fuck!" So they went back to the drawing board and like they went hard.
Yeah.
Like that's what you need is those type of people that are gonna call you out and fight you on shit to make it better.
Yep.
Like,
Just
and I
like
know
I
what
said,
the
you got to have a
contract
little bit of a
with all these
backbone if you're
studios,
kind of managing some of this stuff, and you got to make sure that it's
Yeah.
up to par with what the
They
brand and
definitely
the
need to
fans
do some
deserve. Right?
QA like at the Xbox level, right? So Phil can't be the only one playing the game. They have to have a core team of people that's job is this game even worth putting out?
It's
Look,
37
Everwild was not
minutes.
up to par, and it was pushed back, right?
Bring
That's what they
Johnny
need to do.
Metric, baby. No, I'm sure.
They need to have something like that. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want me to read the rest of these, or?
Sure.
All right, so we got Game Bread, $5. LOL, it's the fall curse. Games with the fall name endings are doomed to fail. Look at Godfall, Babylon's Fall, Redfall. My tinfoil hat is on.
What about Titanfall though? Yeah, that one died too.
Well, no,
Doesn't mean it was bad, though.
True.
That one died.
That's
because
a
of
funny
other
one. It did
reasons.
die.
EA
for a different
killed its own
reason.
game when it released it a month away from its own fucking flagship shooter, Battlefield.
It wasn't even a month. It was like a
And around
literally
Call of
week or
Duty.
so.
Hey,
Review
but they spun
Scientology
off-
USA. Sorry. Review Scientology USA, $5. Redfall is a disaster, but can't wait for what's ahead. Hellblade, the initiative game, Contraband, Perfect Dark. The game show is right around the corner.
You're so
Well,
full of
you
shit.
know,
Review Scientology
we need to
USA.
have
I see
actual
through your vein.
games.
I see through all of it.
No,
I see through it.
Screw that.
I know what you're doing.
Labrelius McGee. I don't know how to say that one. Member for 29 months. Redfall would have had a 240 hertz mode if it weren't for that meddling Series X. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It needed 240 more days. of development.
And we are caught up.
Again, guys, let us know your thoughts on Redfall. Seriously, the poll right now says 67% of you are not enjoying Redfall, which is surprising. Now, take 10% of that at least away, about 50%, because 10% at least Sony guys every poll, right? We know that for a fact. So, yeah, I'd say, over half of you are not enjoying Redfall. And me playing it, I didn't enjoy it either. So much so that I probably won't play it again until the patch for the frame rate mode hits, and hopefully by then there's a lot of other stuff that's fixed as well.
There's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed in that
I
game.
won't be
Bro.
playing that shit ever. That's gonna get deleted tonight.
Every time I played that game, it's like I literally played it all the way till I got outside of the ship, and you got your gun for the first time. And the first thing that happened to me when you open up the door, I'm looking at the textures on the ground, and I'm like, "Is that supposed to be water?"
That's a fish.
I was like, "Is that water?" And then when you pause the game on PC and go back into the game, it's like it runs at 12 frames per second for like 3 seconds. And I'm like, what's going on? Just unpausing the game. I was literally freaks the game out.
I was running around trying to shoot guys because I was picking up ammo, but there was no ammo appearing in my gun.
There was no ammo.
Yeah.
That's
and
what
the
everybody
shooting.
said. The weird thing is everybody said there's no ammo. Like people are like, yeah, there's not a lot of ammo. I've had too much ammo.
I was picking up ammo and there was no ammo on my gun.
I'm just shooting everything. I'm like, all right. Like I
didn't have a problem with the ammo.
Are they playing in co-op or because I played in single player when I didn't have issues with ammo? So
I played in.
Well,
I played in single player.
Streams, I think so. If somebody sees a gun on the ground, they pick it up. It won't pick up for you. I'm pretty sure because Lethal was still seeing stuff after I picked it up. Shout out to Lethal and our mods, right? Boss Mod, Lady Pop, and the other moderators of the show.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm wondering if like
is the
distribution of ammo is just different over co-op versus single player.
Probably.
Well, did they pass out ammo that goes in the gun but doesn't shoot? Because that was my issue. Like I kept picking it up, but I didn't have any ammo on my gun, right? So I was just running around pistol whipping everything or elbow and everything, as you said. Got to elbow stuff in this game. Shout out to Pillbox Gaming. It's good to see him in the chat too. But we're kind of down on the Redfall thing. I am.
Yeah, we just talked about it for a fucking hour.
Yeah, and y'all are just crazy about that. And Gusku, he says, bring back Peter Moore, please.
Dude, Peter Moore's a goat.
He was great.
He was goat. Man.
That Grand Theft Auto was totally, that tattoo you got was totally real. I hear. It's still on to this day.
I don't give a shit. Fool is a goat. Don't care.
Hell
yeah.
Stupid. Okay, so yeah, now there's a lot of people that after the Redfall thing, even an article here, after Redfall's disappointing launch, gamers they're concerned about Starfield. We kind of covered that somewhat. I think that things are kind of their own thing. That makes sense? Just because someone else, it's like, okay, the fucking two different games with two different staff. Hopefully Redfall's in good tip-top shape, Zaki.
You mean Starfield?
Starfall. Starfield, Redfield.
No, let's not put fall at the end of that game.
Yeah, let's not put fall at the end of that one either. So, it kind of is what it is. I'm hoping. I mean, do you guys think Starfield will come out in a nice shape? Chat, let us know.
I think
Starfield, Redfield, Redfall.
I think Starfield will come out. I don't think it'll come out with a lot of glitches. I just think it's going to be.
Are you fucking serious? Are you serious?
Ah, shit.
They're fucking types of bugs.
They're like literally known.
What are you talking about? What are you saying right now?
Starfield, I think it'll come out okay. I just think it's going to come out at 30 FPS. I think
no,
that's
it's going to come out buggy. It's going to come out buggy,
I think it's going to come out
Y'all are haters.
Bro, it's Bethesda. It's Bethesda.
But there's no way they can't be that. They cannot be
oh my God!
Please be serious.
That's at hand.
I mean,
it's been dire for years now, man. It's been dire for years.
Oh, shit.
There's no changing this nonsense at this point.
I remember when you were arguing with somebody about Fallout 76, Luke, and they was like, "It's going to be the best ever," and you're like, "What?"
If they release this game,
recall that, dealer.
If they release this game buggy, like, come on, at this point,
it's gonna be buggy, bro.
I feel at this point they release it buggy. I really think it's gonna damage.
Every game got bugged, but you're talking about game breaking bugs and shit like the textures never loading in and stuff like that, right?
man.
Yeah,
D-Batch, let me tell you, 30% drop in hardware sales this quarter. Trust me, the brand's already
The
damaged.
brand's already damaged.
Like they
right.
already fucking know they don't know how to get out of their own way. But I'm not saying this because Starfield's not going to be good. I hope it's fucking great, and I think people forget how good of games Bethesda Softworks makes. But they are Bugthesda. It was one of like when Skyrim released and all the Fallout stuff released, there was bugs in there that people just accept and laugh at because it becomes a meme. Because it's just like, yo, this is just what they do.
It's because it's such a small percentage of their playthrough, though, and their experience.
No, exactly. And it's just such a big fucking game that you're just like, cool, whatever. I'm going to be in this world for 500 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Like, but at the end of the day, it is going to be buggy. I don't know what the console's going to look like because that's all like the game show. And I said this before after Diablo did it.
This already. Oh my God.
What do you mean conceding, bro? It's Bugthesda.
Y'all is just fear mongering. Quit it. What if they decide they want to change that to not
It's him
Bugthesda?
conceding. I think it's him
unlikely.
acknowledging reality based on past history.
Oh man.
Y'all are haters.
Their games are based on systems.
I mean, D, do you have? I'm sorry, D. Do you have any valid reason as to why you don't think the game's going to be broken?
He's just hoping they won't. You know.
Just
Other
for the
than
simple
hopes and
fact that
dreams?
things are going so bad, and that this game really not self-aware that this game has to come out damn well near perfect, and it's to take the extra time to make sure that it does come out perfect.
No,
because
I
I'm
mean,
pretty it's going to get hacked to death because of that. And then on top of that, for it to have bugs and glitches after such a disastrous launch with Redfall, oh man, I just can't fathom it. Like, but you guys have more experience with their titles and the history with them.
Bugs are usually not things that are going to kill the game. It's usually things that just didn't work right
Depending on
because
the
If it's a
platform.
bad game, that's what's going to kill the game.
Yeah,
Ultimately.
that's exactly it. It's probably going to do fine, but like we'll see. We have to just get there.
And I will say, I needed to when the show happens in June and they have that Starfield show. You better show what the console looks like. Like, enough of this bullshit. Like, whatever Diablo did, that should be the standard at an Xbox show. We know the PC is going to look good. Everybody knows that. Whatever. Just show the console. Show what it is. And if you're not showing it like you did Redfall, I'm questioning everything. I'm going to be like, all right, they're not showing the console.
What's the motorsport console gameplay?
They better. I want to see it all. I want to see the console to know how it's optimized.
Sure as hell ain't coming up before then, is it?
Do you think it's going to be optimized, Walker? I don't know.
I don't need to hear your shit, Luca.
I still look. I maintain that everything is its own self-contained fucking thing, and just because Hi-Fi Rush launched great, people don't use it in the opposite way, right? Hi-Fi Rush came out and it was great. Doesn't mean that this did, right? So I think it goes the other way around too. I don't think that this means anything. I definitely don't agree with that. I mean, I think every studio is its own thing, and hopefully, they make the product how they intended.
I disagree because I'm not using Redfall as the basis of my argument.
Neither am I.
I'm not saying you guys are. I'm just I'm using it as a basis for mine.
I'm
saying based on past history with Bethesda titles solely, that the chances of this game releasing and not having issues are very slim. I'm not using anything other
what percentage?
than
Yeah, same here.
I need
100% of their games, like 100%. Like Skyrim had massive issues when it launched, but people just laugh. Like,
that's why it happened.
I don't think it was like massive issues for everybody.
Legendary edition. That's why they brought out the Legendary Edition for the PS3. It didn't.
The PS3
work.
version had problems. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, but like Oblivion had issues on console too. Like there was a lot. Every single Fallout 5 had issues. Like it's
Fallout
a bug.
3.
Fallout 5 had issues.
Fallout 3.
Fallout
Fallout 3 had issues. Or something.
Every game has issues. I'm just saying the way I'm thinking of them and the way you're thinking of them might be different.
But I'm just saying they have Bugthesda
like they're
for a
called
reason.
Bugthesda, exactly.
But by
And
that
then,
logic, all studios would be Bug Studio name.
No, not
No,
like
that's
this.
not
bro.
true.
Game breaking
because-
bugs were not super common in Fallout 4. No, they weren't.
Okay, and we're talking.
Yeah,
about Fallout
they're not
3.
usually game breaking.
Talking about Fallout 3.
That's what I'm
Fallout
saying. I'm
3
thinking of them
and Skyrim.
differently. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then I remember when Fallout 4 launched, I had it on my PS4. I didn't have any issues, but I remember people talking about there being major bugs in that game when it first launched.
Mhm.
So like every single title and then don't get me started on 76 and those
Shit, that
issues.
game was fire.
Like just at this point I'm I'm going off of Bethesda's history. I'm not using Redfall as the basis of anything. I'm just saying like, okay, we'll see what happens
From
here.
that specific studio is what she's saying.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but it's
What it
being
is.
brought up because of, and that's why I led into it with the article. You know, a lot of gamers are concerned about Starfield because of Redfall, and that's why I say I don't think it's going to be anything like this because of Redfall, which is what I was talking about. But yeah, I expect there to be bugs, as there are pretty much with all games. I don't think there will be a ton of game-breaking ones. Hopefully not. But, the game's going to be massive. I expect people to create scenarios and do things at the exact wrong time to get, a fucking ship to fly through someone's face or some shit that you shouldn't have been able to do.
I think the scrutiny is going to be a lot higher on that game for sure, especially now. I hope you guys are wrong. I hope they go against the grain, go against their own history and release a game that's free. I don't expect any game to release without any bugs. Like, it happens, I understand, but I just hope it's just not another broken launch, man, because I can't deal with it anymore, man. Honestly.
You better get used to it. You better go to fucking Barbados or whatever you need to go to hang out, because that's what's gonna happen. Like, I'm telling you right now, Starfield's gonna have that stuff, and that just is what it is. And I will say, like, it's gonna be a good game. Because it's that studio. They make game of the year quality stuff that like lasts years that people love. But again, big games like that are gonna have bugs. And that's why they're known for that. And it's gonna have those, and they'll patch it and work on it for years to come. But yeah, you just need to get used to that point with Starfield. That's just what's going to happen. It is. It's just it sucks, man. It just you need to like kind of deal with that. And I look forward to the game. I think it's going to be cool, but yeah, it's gonna have bugs, man.
All I heard was that this game is going to be buggy, and that's the lore.
If that's all you heard,
Wait,
dude, then I don't know what to say to you.
No,
like,
I'm being sarcastic, but
all right.
Yeah.
like, man, that just sucks, honestly.
And it is going to get hurt. It is going to get a lot of hate from a lot of people because it is being taken, like, so to speak, taken away from PlayStation. And a lot of people within the critics and people that review stuff, this game better come out a lot better than it is from Bethesda, because they are going to hate that. They're going to be like, I can't play Starfield here. We've had people on IGN say that. So it is going to skew the review for the game. At least that's what I think. Because they're mad about it. Like, they are mad about that. And so people need to know that. Xbox definitely needs to know that, or they just don't give a shit, that they need to bring out a pretty decent game, because people are going to be irritated that they can't play it, or they're, so-called forced to buy a PC or an Xbox to play this.
Listen,
I just got a DM from someone pretty high up at Xbox, and again, shout out to you, man. I mean, they actually want the feedback, believe it or not, good, bad, and honestly, I think that they had an idea what this game is going to launch like. And again, I referenced the NDA, the fucking embargoes and stuff like that. It's unfortunate. It really sucks, and we really hate yammering on about it, but it's just the truth, right? We're not going to lie to you guys and tell you it's great when it's not, and when we know that it harms the brand. That's why we do it. We don't do it for fun. It don't help nobody, except for the idiots that we don't like listening to that always shit on Xbox for any kind of engagement at all. That's the only reason they do it. But we're fans, and that's why we got to be real and honest about it. And just we gotta end the topic soon, though, or I'm gonna die.
I'll say this. I know, right? Since the powers that be may be listening, Starfield, you need to make sure the quality is great. All your testers. No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
You were breaking up. Since the powers are listening.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good. And
you need to get all your best people on that game to make sure that you eliminate as many bugs as possible, and that game comes out as polished as possible, even if it's at 30 FPS and you can't get past that.
No excuse for that either.
I think the game needs. I know the game needs a 60 FPS mode, even if it's at 1080p. 60 FPS. Do not release the game without a 60 FPS mode. Do not release this game with a fortitude of bugs, because honestly, the brand kind of is teetering on it. I feel if this game comes out in a good shape and it comes out with these modes, I think they can start to get some of the goodwill back and at least brush off all the fucking turmoil from this year. So that's what I would say.
Game and you get good things from it, right?
Whoever's listening, I'm going to tell you this right now. We've heard it before that you're listening, and I'm just going to tell you, start actually doing. Like, I need action. I'm sorry. I've heard this before where, yes, you're listening, and I know this might be harsh to hear, but I don't care.
I don't want to focus on this shit too much, because
I know you don't want to focus on it, but
I just don't like the same shit over and over. We've said it a million times. Like
well, then fucking do something about it.
Yeah, and they got to do something about it, right? Don't release bad shit. That's the moral of the story. Make a game that's finished and bring it out and make sure it's quality. And that's fuck, what else can we say? Like, of course, they've been listening. See, we had some of these guys on the show. They know that we know what the hardware can do and that they should make shit like this. And that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that I would like to know about the game. A fucking documentary about this, Halo Infinite, Sea of Thieves. There's a lot of stuff I would like to know about a lot of different games. I think somebody should pursue that. I'd like to know some things about those games. But we do have some other topics and stuff.
We do?
As well. I don't know if you guys knew that. But Hargy, if you want, you can catch us up on these chats. Big shout out to X Burke and Risk It, and you know, we'll get into a different topic here.
Yep, X Burke, Canadian, $11. Couldn't tell if D liked Redfall. At any rate, I'm here to get the truth. So many sites concentrate solely on subscriber numbers, etc. Appreciate you all. Thank you. And then our
big
Risk It
shout
for
out
the
to
Biscuit.
X Burke.
Yep. Risk It for the Biscuit, Australian $8. D, I've said exactly that about Xbox for a while now. They have to because XYZ was bad. But every damn time, they didn't do the have to. Yeah, that is what they do, right?
Oh, shit. The Geeky Nerd says good enough for Game Pass. It's fucked up. Big shout out to Geeky Nerd and Itchy and Xbox. He's a longtime listener, man. Pegasus. Of course, Risk It, Dreadpool, awesome guy. We're gonna have him on the show again sometime soon. Jesse, and of course not that Jesse, and then so many others, Shade, and so many others. Like I said, if you guys haven't hit the like button, tell everybody we're live, and of course, ask Gaming Forte what he had for lunch. He's pretty interesting stuff over there.
Interesting.
You know, there are some games coming to Game Pass, Forte. You can have that for lunch. We got some Redfall. I'm sure you've heard of it. Then we've also got some stuff coming soon, which is Weird West, right? That's
what is
kinda,
that, by the way?
It's a
The
game.
Weird West is already in Game Pass, but they're getting a Series X and PS5 upgrade.
They're getting
The definitive edition.
Yeah,
and then
I think it's
they got,
going into Game Pass directly too, right? So
yeah, that'll be cool though. I wouldn't imagine that game really would need an enhancement. Really, kind of. It's like a top-down. You know, played a little bit of it. But you also got Shadowrun Trilogy. Some of you guys might have heard of that. Fuga.
Yep, it's coming to PC, right?
It's
Because
only
already
PC.
on Xbox.
It's only PC. PC.
Yeah, it's already on Xbox right now.
I mean, I can get to parentheses here, but yeah, it is coming to PC. And then Fuga, whatever that is, which does come to cloud and console.
Banger. Let's go into the
How
cloud.
good is it,
baby.
Hargate? Have you played a
May
Hargate?
11th.
I played the first one, and I maybe went a couple of hours, and I'm like, okay, I'm bored.
Oh
So,
shit!
It was okay.
Did the textures load on the ground
Only
at
a
least?
couple hours.
What was that?
Only a
Forte?
couple hours.
Only a couple hours. I
Oh, man.
try to give everything a chance, right? And I'm like, okay, if it doesn't catch me in that much time,
It wasn't giving out no gamer score, was it?
Was
it,
it, it was stingy.
Tell the
Actually, I
truth.
think I did get some gamer score out of it, but I don't care. I was legit, you're in a little tank, and it's all about talking to people, and you have like 10 seconds of action, and then like you're talking to
It's
people.
like Thomas that could.
Like,
the,
Up next,
train
coffee
it was
talk.
okay. It was all right.
You know, Jedi, I thought the game was kind of glitched because obviously, you know, I was hearing about all the problems and I wasn't seeing a lot of them or really any of them at that point. And then I kind of hit some of the hub areas and I was like, okay, frame rate's, you know, dropping where it shouldn't be. This seems like some kind of bug. It should be patched. But was
That
really
oil
enjoying it. And I
texture
was like,
looked
damn, the game
terrible.
ain't giving me no damn achievements. And I was like, okay, it's probably doing what it did with fucking Plague's Tale, where it just wouldn't give me stuff. It wouldn't update my achievements, right? And then I played it for another couple hours, and then boom, the achievement for beating the first Sith, you know, lady, whatever the fuck her name is, popped up, and I was like, damn, like this shit's way behind. So if you're getting achievement issues with Jedi, hang in there, and maybe they'll pop up, maybe they won't.
It's if you're playing it in quick resume, that could be the issue. If you quit the game, quick resume has been known to stop people from actually even receiving achievements.
Quick resume is changed man now. You hear? You're putting it in that.
I mean,
box
no, that's
again.
what happened with Psychonauts. That what happened with a lot of things. A lot
Yeah.
of people I know just quit the game now. They don't use quick resume at all for any game. When you stop playing the game, turn it off completely, like by clicking the thing in the menu and hitting quit.
Fuck that, man. I'm
and
pinning
then
that
just
shit to quick
restart it.
resume. Shit, it ain't leaving quick resume.
Yeah, I mean that's apparently
too good,
an
Zapper.
issue.
I can't not use quick resume.
And then fuck you, fuck your achievements. Fuck
You
your
know,
achievements.
you know what? I still got them. I still got the achievements. It's just a little late to the party. And speaking of late to the party, there's a little new incentivization program that Microsoft are doing for PC Game Pass. God.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, you can now refer friends and get
Yeah.
a bunch of people, some 14-day trials for free on the PC only though. Wow. I don't. I guess.
I think it
Hell
includes Ultimate,
yeah.
I think, right? But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's,
Hell yeah! Who's playing RedFall with me? Which one of my friends?
which lets this. So basically, this new thing it lets Xbox gamers Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass members give up to 5 additional memberships or 14-day trials as memberships to 5 different peoples, right? So you can give out some free Game Pass and you get a cookie mailed in the mail. That's what you get for your
You get to
rewards.
do their marketing for them.
And
Oh,
since it's Xbox, you get half a cookie.
So what? I mean, I guess this is cool. I guess, but it's for PC Game Pass only. Anyone I know that I would do this for would be on console. I know that's their biggest market, and it's our market where there's already 1 billion computers out there, and they know they can expand that, and that can grow there the fastest. Right? This generation just started, and even if it hadn't, there's been PCs out there for decades. But still, I would have offered it on console as well. It kind of sucks that it's not there, but Luca's a big fan. That's why she played Minecraft Legends for 20 hours. She's one of the 3 million players on Minecraft Legends right now, by the way. How much can I say and make up until she'll say something?
She ain't paying you no attention, brother.
Damn it. There really are 3 million players or more than that now on Minecraft Legends. I know Boba and Ashtray were playing it quite a bit.
It's fun,
I couldn't.
man.
Is it? Because I couldn't be. I couldn't. I just couldn't. Not even when everyone was asleep.
I
and
haven't
was-
even fucking. I haven't even fucking tried it.
It's
What?
fun in co-op. I don't know if you want to play it when you're off by yourself.
It's very
but if
limited
you're
in co-op
playing
though,
with-
is what Boba and Ashtray were saying.
It is. But I was playing with my daughter and stuff, so she really don't even know all the systems and stuff. So, but just jumping in, it's like one of those games. If you just jump in, kind of turn your mind off to the fact of what you're doing, and you just have fun. But it's crazy, but it's enjoyable. I mean, it's just like Minecraft Dungeons. Like the way that I really enjoyed that. Is it a game that I would play consistently all the time? No, it was just it scratched the itch at that time. But I do think with iterations and upgrades that they do over the course of time, that game's going to get better and better. But it is kind of bare bones for what it is right now compared to other games that's in that type of genre.
And in co-op, well, you don't get double the units and build 2. Like you share. Basically a shared unit pool, which is 20 or 30 or so, however many it was, they said when they were playing it. But it's just not like a regular kind of strategy build them. This is kind of like Warcraft. Zaku, you got the hero guy, you're running around building shit as that guy. Really, it's kind of like Supreme Commander in that regard, too.
Well, it came out on the 18th when I left, so I couldn't, I didn't get to play it
You
at
didn't
all.
play it
I
on
haven't
xCloud?
downloaded it.
Huh?
I couldn't even play it on xCloud. Tahiti don't have that.
Oh, shit.
So, literally, the country doesn't have that or Microsoft Rewards or anything. I'm just like, nah, fuck
It was
you.
good for you. You wasn't supposed to play no games on your honeymoon.
I
anyway.
didn't play anything, man. I was just chilling, swimming.
Oh,
Anyways,
Getting
I
sunburned.
didn't get to play
that
it.
day.
I didn't get to play. I'll play with you. I didn't get
What
to
the
play
fuck?
any.
No, that's not what I was
Anyway,
talking
enough.
about. I am off
Weird
limits.
fuck.
I got a wife.
Sorry about that, chat.
my bad. Boyfriend dungeon. You are off limits. So
Oh
I
my
just,
God.
I'm just saying that I didn't get to play Minecraft Legends at all. I have it installed. I'll check it out, but I don't know. I've heard things that from people that love RTS games like me that
got
it's
crabs.
not. It doesn't feel like an RTS.
Crabs.
It doesn't feel
That's
like a
a great
really
RTS.
like.
It's not like an
It's
RTS.
not.
It's more like a
No.
focused on the hero, and you're running around, building shit from that perspective for the most part. But
Yep,
again,
pretty
it's
much.
not horrible, but came out with better reviews than Redfall, definitely. But
I mean,
it's not for
everything
everyone.
did.
Not Crackdown 3 and stuff.
Did it? But did it beat the price of the game though? That's the question.
It might actually. I think it did. Maybe.
I think it is.
What's up, Minecraft Legends Metascore chat? Let us know. And obviously,
it's 73.
people are saying that Redfall is being review bombed by, honestly, a lot of that's like by real fans. Like, it's not just because it's an Xbox fan, don't mean it's Xbox game, don't mean it's getting review bombed. A lot of that's honest
God
stuff,
damn,
feedback, but-
Minecraft Legends is a 68.
Now, damn.
God damn.
Okay, it's higher than the meta when it's on sale. All right.
Buy when it's on.
God damn, Xbox, what are you doing?
Now, I do know that this you can pin on
71.
Matt Booty because he was responsible for, expanding existing IPs into more shit, Gears Pop, Minecraft Legends, Minecraft Dungeons. He's taking existing stuff that's popular and put it into more games. Like, that was a lot of Matt Booty's
Getting it
idea.
here right now. Starfield's going to be a 53.
Ah.
53. Jesus.
Chat,
It's not
chat,
even
let
gonna
us know
make
what
the
you think
previous
Starfield's going to get in the
price
Metascore.
point. Oh man.
Yeah, I think Starfield's going to come in at the mid 80s in the Metascore. What about you, Forte?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know anymore.
Come on, Forte.
80. Oh shit.
Don't copy me.
83.
Damn it.
83.
Zalker.
Oh, I don't fucking know, man.
That's not a Metascore.
You gotta
I
give
mean,
a
if
score.
it is mid 80s, then that's I don't know. I don't think that's gonna be good enough. It needs to
Oh
come
my
in at
God,
like
quit
a
it.
9.
No,
It needs
what
to
do you,
come in at like a
That's
90,
not going to
bro.
be good enough. I love Sea of Thieves.
Hey man, I'm just saying.
what's
Me
the,
too.
What's that Metacritic on Sea of Thieves at
It
this
was a
point?
60 when it came out or some shit.
And it still got a lot of people playing it.
Are y'all putting Sea of Thieves comparatively
Yeah,
to
we can be
Bethesda right now?
see a Starfields. And
Like
then,
I'm just saying, Elder Scrolls
putting the
5 is
game-
like a
I'm putting the-
96, bro.
Well, we're putting the
96.
game where the Kraken
it's
was
its own
lacking
thing. All right, what do you
up
think is coming in
to
at
it.
Zalker?
I don't fucking know, man. I'll tell you after the preview.
All right,
Oh my
Hargeet,
God.
what do you think Starfield's coming in at?
I'd say mid 80s.
All right, D-Batch. D-Batch like tired himself out from the first segment.
He did. He's taking a fucking
He's like
nap.
one of those little mats you throw down in
I had to get-
kindergarten.
I had to get some water. I had to
Taking
get
a
my
fucking
inhaler.
and tired.
Yeah.
That's right. So
I just
D-Batch,
took
what's a
fucking my
Starfield kind of prediction for meta?
Uh,
Oh god.
Oh,
I'll
man.
say an 80.
All right, that's a little rude, but okay.
That's 80. Okay, what if it has 60 frames per second? What would you give it?
If it has 60 frames per
God.
second and it doesn't have any bugs and glitches and it's
Oh
it's
my
the way
god.
that-
You
and it's
asking
the way
for
that
too
they
much.
presented it right now, I would say maybe a 87.
All right, so you're going 87, Hargeet.
He said mid 80s.
All right,
Yeah, I'd say
mid-80s.
mid 80s.
That's not good enough, Hargeet. You can't say what I said. 86. All
You
right.
better give us a number. You're making a Twitter
I would
account
say
right now.
I would say 88, 87, 87. That's what I'm gonna go to.
I'm gonna wait for the preview because I don't trust shit no more.
We
Fuck
know.
it.
Zachary got trust
Minecraft
issues.
Legends 68. The fuck?
He was hyped
Open
for it. He was hyped for
71,
it
but
came
yeah.
out. What are you talking about?
I was hyped. I was like, oh, an RTS, cool. Then everybody that I know played it were like, it's not an RTS, bro. I'm like, all right, never mind.
No, it's not an RTS.
I thought they announced that and showed that like a long time ago, boy.
No, they made it look like an RTS, and I was like, it kind of gets like that Warcraft vibe where you have a hero and you can like build stuff, and you have like an army, and everybody's like, nah, it's not really like that. I'm like, all right. So whatever.
Well, did you know?
Damn,
that-
we got a 68 and a 70 and a 64 back to back bangers.
shit. Some of the best.
Fuck.
Luca, what do you think is coming in at?
So I tend to not give meta predictions or
But?
score predictions.
But
There's no but.
Thank you.
There's no. I don't
There's no
give
but,
it.
yeah.
Oh, there's
Thank you,
plenty of
Luca.
but. And what's your
I don't
what's
take-
your what's your
listen,
prediction?
the only L that I take is the one in my name. My boy.
Frosted
Like,
L's.
Listen, I'm not. Listen, I'll wait.
I
I'm
want to
gonna
kill
wait.
you. The only L I take is in my name. That makes
Exactly.
me just irritated with
Exactly.
you now as a
Okay,
friend.
Zalkinator.
Nice.
Okay,
Zalkinator. I don't want to
Let's
hear it.
relax,
Zalkinator.
okay?
Did you really call me
Zalkinator.
Zalkinator, Lucanator? I don't want to hear it.
Exactly.
Y'all are some cornballs.
From the
Cornballs.
king of corn
Some
himself.
corn.
Like, come on, dude.
Yeah,
I'm the queen of
cornballs.
corn. Okay.
You're the bitch of corn.
Trust me, you don't want to get me started on this shit. I was born to talk shit. All right. Hey, let's go ahead and move forward though, because I think that's respectful to everyone and stuff. And I think, hang on, we got a few more of these chats or another one. I think so.
If you wanna-
You want to go ahead and grab those?
read 'em?
Thank you very much.
Okay, so yeah, we went through Okay, so Josh Shrank, Canadian 550. A few months ago, I sent a super chat saying that this deal isn't closing until 2024. Y'all laughed like I was crazy. Who laughing now?
Dude, which
Me.
one
I'm
of us laughed at you like you were crazy, sir? And please link me because I don't remember.
And I want everybody to go back and listen to RDX when I said after Microsoft made all those announcements about the ABK deal, and Tim was on here, and a bunch of people were like, look at this, it's great. And I was like, can we just wait for a response from everybody? Like all the people from the CMA and the EU. And I literally said that because I was like, because every time Microsoft talks, we're like, it's passing tomorrow. It's like, it's not going to pass
You
for a
ain't gonna sit up
while.
here and act like that right now, are you?
Ain't
nobody
say what
said
you
that shit.
want. No, I'm just saying. I'm saying people on not here on the panel. I'm saying people everywhere on social media.
Yeah, the
We're,
only
like,
one that
going
the only
crazy.
One, I mean, again, like I said on Twitter, but yeah, block it, don't block it. I said this for fucking ever. I don't even care at this point. The whole Activision deal, like I just want it to be done. Get like over, out. See you later. Don't talk about it. I think they paid too much for it to begin with. I've said this before. and we won't benefit from most of that that they paid for. And by the time they give up all the concessions they've given up, Sony will have more shit exclusive day one for Call of Duty anyway than we would. So it just wouldn't even matter at some point, you know. But thanks for your super chat, Joe or Josh.
All
My
right.
bad.
Moving on. Risk it for the biscuit. Another Australian $8. I now got 10 games sitting in the finishing things up queue, and they won't progress. Xbox, fix your damn UI. Update your DVR while we throw in jabs.
Oh man.
Hey, I had that happen with Jedi Fallen
DVR.
Order or Survivor, right? I had that happen. It was just sitting there for like a day. I was like, damn. So I re-downloaded it again. Still did that. So what I did was I clicked on it and tried to fire it up, and then it said it needed an update, and then it finished it up and did what it's supposed to do. But I'm in the early whatever version of the dash. I don't know if you are. If you're still having that issue though, let us know next week and let us know what your count is up to. 20, 30 games finishing up. How many can the Xbox take? That's what we'll learn. But we do have to move forward here. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Let us know what you think about Star Wars Jedi Survivor. We talked about it a little bit before. I'm enjoying the game. Everyone I know is pretty much enjoying the game. I know Bova's had a lot of issues, like big
Mm.
issues, whereas somebody who lives in the same country hasn't had hardly any outside the performance. I haven't had myself many. I've had one or two. Zalker, have you played Jedi yet?
Yeah, I played it a little bit on the PC and it just didn't run well. I played the first day or like the second day when I came back, and I was just like, I'm just gonna wait. I'm like 25 hours into God of War Ragnarok, so I'm just gonna finish that first and wait for all the patches to come out. I know yesterday they had a patch come out on it that basically fixed the non-ray tracing mode on PC with performance, and then today the console's got a big patch that like fixed a lot of bugs and glitches, and then performance modes and all that. So I'm just gonna wait. I mean, this is a game that I've been really looking forward to. I love the first one a lot, so I'm just gonna wait.
You can play the game now on PC. It's fixed on PC with a 4090.
Well, not the ray tracing, not with ray tracing.
It's not fixed anywhere, but it's performing better.
It's not fixed. It's just performing about like 25 to 30% better frame wise.
Exactly, which is a lot better, which makes the game a hell of a lot more playable. And on console, I did see the console performance. The console is pretty good. There's still a few little hitches here and there, but the performance mode is definitely holding closer to 60 FPS now. So
I'm gonna restart it right now, see if there's an update and take it out.
Yeah, I would say on the console you can play it now, man. It's fucking smooth on the console now.
And it's a quality game too. The hell's that?
It's Fonzarelli.
Fonz, you missed the topic, man. How dare you?
Ahead,
I didn't even get a chance to say that you were stuck at work late today.
Oh, I got off a little bit early and I rushed home because I wanted to jump on. I've been listening.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
D-Batch.
Big salute to
I
D-Batch.
applaud you, sir. I applaud you. You at least tried the game, Redfall. Anyway, I haven't tried it yet. I am going to reserve judgment until I play it. I will.
Why haven't you
I'm
played
going to try it myself. I'm going to try it myself.
Oh,
you're playing Jedi.
I just got home.
And he's playing Jedi.
And I've been playing Jedi.
He's been a little Jedi slut.
Anyway, I wanted to tell you, D, I want to correct you. I've been watching a lot of videos today, and the patch that came out for Jedi today for the consoles did not really help performance much at all. It's basically the same.
They need help with those textures.
No, I've seen
plenty of videos that have people are playing it on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox, and it hasn't changed performance.
Have they updated
much.
it? Have they updated it properly? Because I've seen
these are big YouTubers that are talking about it, and they're like, yeah, we see fixes here and there for certain things, but the performance is about the same.
I don't know. I've seen some side by sides of the old performance, and from what I've seen, it's sticking a lot closer to 60 FPS.
There's still screen tearing. There's still big drops.
There is some screen tearing still, yes, and there is some stutter still, but it's a lot better. It's playable.
No, it isn't a lot better. I'm telling you, I've seen plenty of videos today. I've been watching videos at work.
So, D, who'd you see?
Because I was hoping for this patch. I've been hoping for this patch to actually do something, but
I've seen from some of the big comparison sites that always do the updates. So they have on one side, the pre-patch game, and on the other side the patch game. And I was able to see that it's running at 60 FPS compared to the original.
Max Payne in the chat.
I watched 3 different videos that
it is.
I will.
Well,
say
I mean,
that,
maybe you're saying like in some areas where it wasn't quite 60, it's up to 60 now. I mean, we can come back to it, but I mean,
No.
hopefully it gets better.
And that's fine. There's more patches to come, but I'm just saying, people out there that are just like, capping for their consoles and saying, well, mine on the PlayStation 5 is smooth as hell. I don't have any problems. And guys on the Series X too, I don't have any problems. No glitches, no stutters.
Because you got it on the PS5, right? You're playing on the PS5, and you noticed, a bunch of drops too, right?
Yes, of course. And screen tearing. Like, it is not perfect on anything.
Yeah.
No, it's. I don't know, man. I would say play it because like these sites, they're fucking huge sites that I saw it on, and I did see the tearing still because it shows the tearing on the screen with the lines going across, so you know that it's actually tearing. And for me watching it, I could see stuttering still, but I'm telling you, it was substantially better at holding 60 FPS and giving a smooth experience. That was the performance mode that I saw. So I don't know about the other modes.
Yeah, I'm
but the
talking about performance mode. Yeah,
performance mode, it was running good. And I also saw some other people shooting some stuff out there earlier saying that the PlayStation was outperforming the Series X. And I think initially it was. And I think the day one patch came and they were both performing the same. And I believe Digital Foundry even confirmed that. But like I said, from watching today's video, it appears that they're both holding 60 a lot better.
So the one thing I will say is 60 frames per second doesn't always fix everything. Just because you get the game running, it does. Trust me, it's better than 30, but it's still, if you still got screen tearing, texture popping in, and stuttering in your game, I don't care what you do with 60 frames per second. That just makes it bearable to play the game.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it still a good experience.
Yeah, there's certain areas in the game that's worse than others with frame drops. And these were the taxing areas, like the cities and stuff, or the hub, areas, is where people were going and showing that the performance patch didn't really do
So in the
much
worst
today.
areas in the game,
Actually,
it didn't do a ton.
I actually saw a performance patch for the first area, and the first area is usually is the most egregious area of them all, and in that area it was holding 60 much better. So
maybe you can link that. Find
that
that in your history next to Pornhub, and then link that.
Here's the thing, though. For the people saying that I hate games, I actually love Jedi Survivor.
That's a good game.
I think the story and the gameplay is fun as hell. I just want the performance to match up. That's it. Like, this game should have been delayed. 100% should have been delayed.
Facts,
I didn't pay full price for this on the PlayStation, and I don't feel bad about buying it because I really wanted to play this game and I have nothing else.
And it's a good
what
game.
else am I going to play? Redfall? I mean, come on. But it's a good game. It's really good so far, and I'm only like 3.5 hours in. I'm not far in at all. Like I'm still on that the first planet you get to.
One of them's in the chat, dealer.
So D linked one of the comparisons or one of the performance patch updates. Check that out, Fonz, and see if that's the area you're talking about.
It's one of the best games of the year, I would say, so far.
Yeah,
and it just needs a lot of patches. Needs some help.
Yeah, it does need help on PC.
So it was patched about an hour ago for me. Jedi was 6:09 p.m. So yeah, hopefully that. I'll be able to tell because the area I'm in is the first time I'm really noticing like big stutters and stuff everyone's talking about.
How far are you in, by the way?
A couple hours, like several hours at least. But I mean,
you're ahead of me, I'm sure.
I don't know. I have no idea, but I just didn't notice
I'm on
a
that
bunch
first
of the
planet you go
issues.
to,
Kobo, wasn't that a car? I don't know. Hopefully not. That's a
you know where you
fight.
You go into the mine, fight the Rancor.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Spoilers, Fonz. Every people listening, shit.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it is. I hate games. I hate all games. They all suck.
This pain.
Even though I played some of the best games this year so far, Harry Potter, Wo Long, Jedi Survivor. Like I'm having a great time this year. There's a lot of good games out there.
Yeah.
Everybody on this panel plays a lot of games. Like, I don't know where anybody's getting that narrative from. We play a lot of games on this panel. And I'll say, like, Fonz and Dealer and Zocker, I know, and Hargi too, play a lot.
Hargi most of all.
A lot.
Okay? So anyone say that we don't play games, it's nonsense. We do.
Yeah. Now, what type of game, or if it's more than one game, that's a different story. Does it have a round object in it or not? That's completely different and not even necessary.
Do you shoot at a hoop?
Yeah, is there stuff in it? But hey, Jedi is apparently doing pretty good though, Fonz. Even even with some of the issues. The team has said, hey, we know it's not meeting expectations and we're sorry and all this shit, but we know it wasn't those guys that said, yeah, let's rush it. Fuck the customer. It was definitely EA, but they are working at it and they've got a patch out, and hopefully that link deep puts some kind of answer out there for one of you guys so we can figure out where we're at on that. But I'm hoping it gets patched up the sooner the better too, because I'm enjoying Jedi quite a bit. Been excited for the game, and it's been a while since I felt like I had the need to jump back into a game when I'm not playing it, kind of like Guardians. Like when I was playing Guardians,
it feels good.
I was like, I need to get back in that. Like I was reviewing Horizon 5 right before it's out, and I'm like, I want to play Guardians right now. Like it's the first time I really experienced that since then, right? So,
how many hours you got in?
I don't know. I don't count them, and I didn't look.
He's probably at least got 5.
I got at least 500, probably.
Yeah.
By the way, that new dashboard update is out.
It's out.
There is one that's out that lets you actually see the
background. I didn't see a Rand video.
Yeah, that's for shopping carts. You know that. Shout out to Rand. I just found out his grandfather passed away on Twitter today. I didn't know that, man. So, shout out to
Charlie.
Rand.
What are you talking about in the chat? Redfall is not
Fucking
in any way better than Jedi. Come on, Charlie. Of course it's not.
It's not better than what?
Come on, Jedi. Redfall. Is somebody saying that Redfall is better than Jedi?
Oh my gosh!
I thought he said he wasn't better in Jedi, but that's maybe he likes ketchup. You like mustard, and that's fine. That's two different things.
I guess.
You said Jedi sold pretty well. Like
you said it wasn't going to. Forte, you said it was going to flop. You only have 50 pre-orders, man.
I ain't saying it was
some people.
You said it was going to. You said it was DIA.
I didn't. It didn't. It don't got Zelda numbers, but it ain't gonna flop.
Yeah.
Yo, can we talk about Zelda just 2 seconds?
I know we can always talk about. We can always talk about that.
Yeah,
I know you know
seconds.
the numbers because you're in retail, and I watch a lot of retail numbers. Let me tell you, this game is selling gangbusters. The special edition is just sold out everywhere. Every time it goes in, it's a blip. It's sold out. Midnight launches all around the world. This game is going to do huge numbers, and I wish we all can have such loyal fans like Nintendo. Nintendo fans are so loyal, man. These guys are buying like 2-3 copies.
You know
of
what
the game.
else sells a lot? Is like straws. Like restaurants buy them, people buy them for their drinks. Like a lot of stuff sells a lot.
Stupid, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't gotta talk about stuff because they sell a lot.
But one straw doesn't sell for $70.
They could probably gold plated one.
Is it going to be? Is that game going to be 15 frames per second on the Switch?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
You're
matter.
right. Nintendo fans can't see above 15 frames.
I mean, it's Nintendo. Nintendo always gets a pass, no matter what.
But why is that?
It's gonna be 30. It's probably gonna be teetering at 24 frames per second.
A rock solid 24.
And it'll be on 95, 97 meta.
It's because their core games are quality. They're quality games for their games.
They're fucking because they're game ass games. Like that's the best way to describe it. They're fucking games, bro. They're just games. That's all it is. Like,
tell that to Pokemans, okay? There's the Pokemon.
Nothing but a game. It's
kind of the same reason Jedi Survivor got great scores because at its core, it's a really good game. It's got a great foundation. Just the performance ain't there.
I'll say this.
It's there, but it's shaky as fuck.
In their review, they should have put that in, though. Honestly, they should have put that in that there's performance issues.
Some people did. Some people did.
Like, how could you not? Because the performance issues on launch day were really, really bad. Like at 4090, dropping to like 36, 40 frames per second. Like, what are we doing?
We got to get to this other topic because I got to cover this for you in the show.
Let's go.
Because it's already been, an hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So a little thing got blocked.
Oh,
jeez.
A little thing got blocked. Got stuck in the door.
Hey, so this whole headline, CMA blocks the ABK deal for 10 years, right? Where's that coming from, Hargeet? Huh? Was that you?
10 years.
That's so stupid.
Where's that headline come from? Huh?
Over dramatic.
Sorry. So long story short, since last show, the fucking ABK deal's been blocked by the CMA, which we didn't see that coming. I still don't agree with it, but I still don't give a fuck if it goes through or not at this point. What are your thoughts on some of this shit and what we learned since then, Hargeet? Because Phil, they just signed another damn deal, 10-year. You get a cloud deal and all this shit with someone else since then. Are Microsoft going to call it quits, or there's still hope for this thing to go through? If so, how long will it take? And then we can kind of wrap that up.
So look, the EU is really the one that we heard the rumors that one actually is going to go through. We never actually heard from CMA saying that they were actually going to approve it. We just got the console SLC was dropped. We're like, oh, cool. Well, who cares about cloud, right? And I'm sure it'll go through. But with the EU, we actually heard it actually is ready to go through. But I think they pushed it back because the EU has given them this list of cloud providers to go make deals with. And we're going to probably hear a couple more. But that's what's happening. Like N-Wave, I think, was the last one. And they're like out of Spain, right? They had Boosteroid, which is out of Ukraine or something? I don't know. They're over there somewhere, right? So they have a whole bunch of them. And whatever, they'll go through these. If the EU approves, there is potential that they just close it, and that would happen pretty soon. It all depends on what they want to do with UK, right? With the CMA. They're in the appeal process. They could maybe even just talk to them and say, hey, what is it you want us to do? And we'll just do it. Or they'll do some weird structural thing or whatever, right? There's a potential for them to close it pretty fast. The FTC thing, for those who don't know, I guess it's not really actually blocked. It's in its lawsuit process. Which then would have to go through, if the administrative judge says yes, then it would have to go through an actual injunction to block it. But they're not actually blocked from closing. Yeah. So they could just do it. So really, I don't know if the EU, in the next couple of weeks, their deadline was the 22nd, says we're good. Here are the concessions. It is possible that they even just talk to the FTC and say, are you good with this? And they just go forward, or they just do it anyway. They just close it and figure out a way to make the UK market work, right? To say we're not really closed over there, and then go through whatever appeal process they want to do over there and see what happens, right? So it's possible. Yeah. I can't guarantee any of that, but it's possible that it actually closes pretty fast, maybe in the next month and a half. The other side is they just sit there and keep litigating this for like 3 years. So that's the other flip side of it.
Yeah, that's kind of doubtful.
Scary, right?
They're not going to give up. That is unlikely to happen. And the reason isn't because it's they'll have to lose $3 billion. They don't care about $3 billion. It's the precedent it sets that they cannot acquire. Right? The CMA basically said you can't acquire anything because you already have too much in cloud, a market that doesn't even exist. Okay, so that means they can't buy anyone. That's basically what the CMA said, right? So they got to get around that somehow.
They just got to call them bitches and then, smack them a few times. That's it.
Yeah,
well, they did talk about like a future in which maybe the deal didn't go through, right? And that's, they basically said, hey, we're still going to continue to strive in our mission to bring more games to more people. Like they're not, it's not one of those things where we give up and fuck Xbox, we're out of this whole thing or into this shit that I've actually, believe it or not, seen some people thinking. They're going to keep doing their thing and look for other people to probably try to acquire.
Yeah, and I think also too behind the scenes they're going to try to work this deal out with CMA. We saw that the UK government actually came out with a statement saying that they're going to speak with Microsoft. So let's see where that goes. And these guys saying, "Oh, Microsoft's blocked for like the 10 years." To my understanding, any type of deal like this, when it gets denied, like you can't apply for it for 10 years. I heard that's like kind of standard
that's
for these
just
type of
a
deals.
normal thing. Yeah.
So you guys jumping up and down saying whatever, it doesn't mean anything. And until this deal is actually blocked from the the EU, it's not dead. It's not dead until that happens. Now, when that happens, then you can start with all the memes. But until then, it's kind of premature. It's kind of a premature celebration, just like Xbox guys were prematurely celebrating this deal going through. I would just at this point just wait and see what happens. I do believe that Microsoft is going to work this deal out. I think they've come too far and invested too much time and have too much money to lose for this deal not to go through. And Activision wants this deal to go through. So it's not even a case where like Activision's like, okay, screw this, we'll take the $3 billion. They want this deal to go through. So I think they'll make it work. I don't think that the CMA's opinion on the situation or assessment of it was accurate, because there is no cloud gaming really. This is the beginning of the market. So how can you establish that they're the leaders when like it's just beginning, this whole market? And you have Google, you have other competitors, and they sign a lot of deals with a lot of companies to spread the wealth around, and it's not something that can't be worked out. And then I heard some other people saying that maybe Microsoft can eliminate the cloud aspect of Game Pass in the UK as a concession to get this deal go through. So I don't think it's dead yet. I think if they're going to get it done, they're going to have to get it done in the next few months. So I think once the EU decision comes down, we're going to have a better bearing on what's going on. This to me is like a fucking overtime game that's going to double, triple overtime. and it's
I
like
And
know.
Jokic is dead on the bench.
like, this is such a roller coaster of a ride, and holy smokes, I can't wait until it's over. I wish I never actually started to talk on this shit because, like, man, it's stressful, man, and it's stressing out a lot of Xbox fans as well.
Just
And, like,
draining, because
and then the Sony guys are like losing their mind. Like, I don't understand. How could you guys be celebrating so hard? Like, you guys want this deal to fail so badly. Like, for what? Like, what do you guys get?
And if
You
it
don't
was
even-
Sony doing
you
this
don't
shit,
gain
they would
nothing.
fucking love it, dude. Like, they would be.
It's ridiculous, man. But I
Well,
don't.
I mean, look, the thing they're
celebrate yet.
feeling there, D, is basically if
It's
this is
beer.
going to go through, there is no chance Microsoft isn't in this, right? They know now that, look, if they're going to spend that kind of money, Microsoft's in this. This is not a joke anymore. They are in gaming, right? So they've always been waiting for Xbox to just fail so that they have their monopoly. That's what they wanted, right? That's
Yep.
what they want. But this is not going to happen because if you're going to spend this much money, the other part of this is you can't have Xbox fail anymore because who's going to buy them? They're going to be worth like $200 billion. Who's going to buy them?
Nobody's. They're not going to try to sell Xbox no matter what, right?
It is, right? Exactly. So they're in it. That's it. Microsoft's in it.
And they don't know that
That's
by
what that
now
means.
after
They
hearing
don't
all
like
these people talk up Game Pass and how much the brand is kind of spread throughout, people's mind share in general. Then they're kind of oblivious to begin
I
with.
will say that it doesn't matter about what Sony says. That whole thing that everybody was going back and forth was just at the end of the day console war horseshit. Because Sony was going hard, but what the CMA said is basically we don't give a fuck about what Sony said. That's not what we're stopping this for.
Yeah.
The console has nothing to do with this at all. It's only the cloud. And then it makes you think about what was the narrative across this whole thing. And this is what the CMA was looking at and talking about was like, we don't know what the market of the cloud is, but we know that you are basically the only player in it, and you're going to get another massive part of it with Activision Blizzard. So that is scary for the future. So what was the narrative about this whole thing about consoles? Why was that the narrative being pushed across media, across everywhere? It was because that's what Microsoft, I know this sounds weird, that's what Microsoft wanted you to concentrate on because they knew that the cloud was the biggest threat.
I don't
And
think
so
so. I
when they
think it's
kept
'cause
talking
the
about that,
clicks, right?
I get
Talking about
I-
the media at this
No,
point. You're talking
I'm
about
just
you wanting to
saying,
draw
man,
on
I'm
PlayStation
saying-
fans and Xbox.
I'm saying everybody was talking about that console narrative when that doesn't even fucking matter. Like CMA EU, like that shit's done. Like they don't give a shit
the
about
reason
that.
people
They're
are
like,
talking
"We don't
about the
care."
consoles because that's what they gave a fuck about.
Sony,
None of us are like,
Sony
we get on
was
xCloud, bitch.
made a
Fuck
big deal
you.
of it.
Like, no, like nobody gives a fuck
no,
about that.
Well,
the point is that what is the cloud going to look like in 10 years?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what the
Yeah,
CMA is
yeah.
asking.
Yeah.
That's what they're
Obviously,
asking. And to
the
me,
casual market,
Yeah,
I
they
can
just
see
have the wrong
adopting.
market,
The
that's all.
casual market, I can definitely see adopting cloud-based gaming, like they do their streaming movies and other things. Like I could see them playing a lot of games that way. Now, maybe not your competitive games, your competitive shooters and stuff because of the latency, but I can definitely see them just, popping up a game through the cloud on their TV or whatever device they have, that has cloud Xbox gaming, Game Pass cloud, and they just, play their games that way.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
could
but
see
their
a lot of people
assumption
doing
was
in
that
the
this
future.
somehow precludes anybody else from doing that, and that's just bullshit.
Yeah,
There's
and that is
no
bullshit
world in
because,
which that
like, we
happens,
talked about
so-
this on Sunday, Hargeet, and we were educating
Yeah.
somebody in the chat that was kept just spewing this stuff about, well, they're $1 trillion company. How can anybody compete? It's like, look at Amazon; they're competing in the cloud space. Look at Google; they tried it and they failed because
Shout out to Phil Harrison.
they just didn't have a good thing with Stadia. They didn't know how to market it and price it right. Paying full price for cloud games was just insane.
The implementation, all of it was horrible.
No exclusives. It was just not a good service. But the service itself, a lot of people were saying was the best cloud service. Like people were saying the latency and everything was the best on Stadia. So one thing I pointed out too is it sucks because it's almost as if Microsoft is being punished for
For doing
pushing
good
and
shit.
innovating forward.
Mhm.
Like having this vision and wanting to push cloud tech where Google stopped and said, oh no, we quit. But then they're still talking out the side of their mouth to the CMAs when they're asked questions about Microsoft. Oh yeah, Microsoft, that'll be dirty if they get, ABK deal, cloud gaming will be, monopolized by them. And it's like, no, you guys already quit. Shut the fuck up. You quit, Google.
Yeah.
You decided to jump in that race and pull out. Okay. That was on you. That was your bad. That had nothing to do with Microsoft at the time. That was all you. But again, if you look at the situation, it's as if the CMA are punishing Microsoft for innovating in that space. And it's ridiculous. It's
and everyone
stupid.
gets
It's
to look at
unfounded.
Microsoft and they get to copy all the great ideas, right? Because the first one's out, right? They set a blueprint for everyone else. They're going to save the rest of the industry I think a lot of legwork too, right? So I think when this stuff gets cheaper for companies to do, then they wouldn't have an issue with it.
I'm kind of, I'm pessimistic on this deal. I feel like it's not going to go through. And one of those reasons is because Michael Pachter says it's going through for sure.
Oh, man.
He kills
Shout
everything.
out to Michael Pachter.
Gosh. But anyways.
We got to get him back on the show, Fonz.
I'm just being silly about that. But I'm just pessimistic about it. I think the deal might not go through. And here's the sad part. I really want it to go through. And the reason why I do is for my own bias. I love Game Pass. I want the most AAA experiences within Game Pass. I mean, this is why this
is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms.
But that's not even about Activision.
That's why I want ABK. I want more games in my Game Pass. I want more games in my subscription.
Facts.
A few months ago, when I told you guys on this show, I was screaming about it. Buy the world, Microsoft. It's because I want everything in my Game Pass. I just do. I'm tired of spending $70 on fucking games that don't work day one.
Well, what about Inware? Do you want all your games in Inware? Because they just signed a 10-year deal with Inware over there in the EU and stuff.
Yeah, Victor, you can talk about RedFall all you want. All right, you can talk about that. But at the end of the day, I got games like this year, like Wolong in Game Pass, that was freaking excellent.
Yeah,
excellent.
You bring up a good point though, Fonz, that Google did exit the gaming market for cloud. Or the cloud gaming market with their failed Stadia attempt. And Stadia, I'll be honest, it did have the best technology. I've said it many times, just their implementation or their policies and the way they handled, their storefront was just horrible. But yeah, they had the best technology, but they did step away from that division. So I don't understand how they have a say in this because they stepped out of it. They're not even competing. And recently we just found out, or I don't know if it's true, but a couple of days ago, someone tweeted out that basically Google was opposed to this deal. And it's coming out now that they're opposed to it. But how can you be opposed to a deal where you exited the market?
It's not about what's actually. It's just about, hey, we don't want Microsoft to get further ahead or any of that. So that's 100% what it comes down to.
After we step out, after our failed attempt, what Microsoft had nothing to do with
from our own dumb ideas, right, and implementations. Yeah, it's their own fault, and they hired Phil Harrison, and I can't believe it. Look, Hellblade 2 is one of those games. It's a looker, right? It's going to be probably their first game to actually push the fucking hardware somehow. I can't believe it's taking this long.
I agree.
And it's a lot of people run into this little Game Pass ad, right? Zalker, you heard about this Game Pass ad that's apparently alluding to a 2023 release?
Yeah. What is it? Hellblade 2 might be coming out 2023.
How fictional is this stuff?
I mean, there's the video is everywhere now. Right? They put out a little commercial talking about 2023 games and what you should look forward to, and Hellblade's a part of that. We'll see. I mean, hopefully it comes out this year. And hopefully it's shown at the game show.
Are we
and
actually
they
going
talk
to believe them?
I mean, who knows?
I mean,
I don't.
I'm not saying I believe them. I'm just saying I think it's odd that they would talk about games in 2023. They showed it in that segment, or was it at the end? Or I guess it shouldn't even be.
They showed it in this segment. They showed it in this segment. So it's in there now for what's happening now.
You heard it, Xbox fans. 2023 Hellblade 2, Unreal Engine 4.
I hope it's good.
I mean 3.
It was supposed to be 5.
It's 3.
No more walking.
Hopefully, there's gonna be walking. Hopefully, the game is fantastic and they've taken all the time they need, Fonz, because Hellblade's a big one. It's supposed to be a banger. All right. Fonz,
Thanks, Fonz.
He's the most talented.
Fuck you, Fonz.
All of these games were supposed to be bangers. That's what we're hoping for, at least.
Hey, you keep your own expectation to yourself, Forte. All right.
Well, listen, man. I always thought that if any game was going to come out this holiday, it would have been. They had a really good chance. It was going to be Hellblade because I think games like Avowed is going to be first quarter of next year, which is what.
I don't think it's even first quarter next year.
I don't think it'll be first quarter.
Oh, Fonz is back.
No, I think it might be end of the year, but I'm saying a lot of people were saying that they was thinking Avowed was going to be probably one of that game at the end of the year. I was like, no, we haven't really seen anything on that game. We've seen more on Hellblade than anything, and it was kind of weird and strange that we didn't see anything at the Video Game Awards last year because that's pretty much the only place they showcased that game. But then Ninja Theory been doing a lot of different Vidocs and videos on demand to people and showing off the things that they were doing. And they showed that amazing tech demo with UE5. So I think they're ramping up to really, really start to blow people away with that game, because that's my most anticipated game that Microsoft has coming. And I do think that game is going to probably good chance of being the one for this holiday. But we'll know in June. I mean, at least we hope we'll know in June.
You're looking more forward to Hellblade 2 than anything else?
Yes, that's the game I'm looking forward to the most. I
Okay,
loved
well,
Hellblade. I loved the first Hellblade.
Oh, okay. You did. All right.
Oh yeah,
But
I loved it.
the simple fact too that it's gonna be really the true first next generation game that's really pushing boundaries. I really do believe that. So
At 30 frames.
at 30 frames,
Y'all
yep,
stop spreading that
think-
negativity, you hear?
it's gonna be a 30
Hey, I
frames.
gotta give a big shout out to
I think Burning Shores was the first game to push.
Burning Crotch is a game too.
Yeah.
Let me know if you guys have played it in the chat. Fire71, by the way, says you guys are still talking. He says, nice, y'all got the most fire emoji panel on Earth. And I wish you all the best. Gonna finish this show tomorrow. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
sir.
Black Ronin.
Fire's awesome. Fire's
Thank you, bro.
awesome.
Hargy, you want to catch these other two, and then we can kind of sum this Hellblade thing up. But
Sure.
Fonz, I was saying, Hellblade. I guess you can answer after Hargy's done. But Hellblade's looking pretty awesome, man. I want your take on what you think about this Game Pass ad after these messages.
All right, so Black Ronin 357, $10. MS is looking into an appeal from the Prime Minister since the logic behind the cloud block is so illogical and is setting bad precedent for other big tech companies. AWS could be a big player also.
Oh shit.
We'll see. Eric83, $2. Goggle, I assume he means Google, was the main player trying to block ABK.
Yep.
All right, yeah. Brisket for the biscuit, $8. I'm sorry, but Fonz, Wo Long was bad simply because it was Woe too long.
Oh my God! You have there's no hope for you, sir. That game was
Thank you,
amazing.
thank you. I'm here all Tuesday.
Stupid. Shout out to Rizka. And then we got another one from
We just got another one, yeah.
Robadon.
Robdadon 202. Not only did Google step down from cloud gaming, but they refused to outbid Microsoft or buy a gaming publisher and make their games exclusive. How's that Microsoft's fault? Yeah, what it is, right?
Yeah, I'd rather
decided to
Microsoft
get
get a
out.
hold of some of these companies than Google 1,000%, because Microsoft had at least shown that they have a platform that's viable. Definitely, what a good reason, right?
You know, I was told by some Sony dudes on Twitter that they'd rather have Tencent pick up ABK.
Of course they would. They're scared out of their fucking minds right now.
Isn't that weird? That's really weird.
I feel like it's
they want to
normal.
support the devs, you know? I mean, oh wait.
Yeah, they want to support them, except for Forspoken. They don't. That one's an exception. They don't want to support that one. Anyway, 2023 Game Pass ad is alluding that Hellblade, it's one of those games you can enjoy in Game Pass this year. What do you think?
You were asking me about that. It is weird that Hellblade just suddenly appeared in that ad, and it's like, huh? And then Forza, as well, coming this year.
Well, that one is officially slated for this year.
Everything that was in that ad is dropping this year. So Hellblade 2 was kind of a surprise. I was
Do you
like,
think
whoa.
it's actually going to happen, or you think that was a mistake? Mistake.
Well, there's been rumors
Given
for a
Microsoft?
while. A lot of people have been saying, like the last couple of months, that they're hearing things that Hellblade 2 might be ready this holiday. And we've heard that stuff too behind the scenes, but I didn't believe it. I don't believe it. But if it happens, damn, what a drop. That'd be pretty crazy. It'd be great because right now Xbox can use all the goodwill right now. Starfield needs to land, and Hellblade 2 needs to land. And and I'm not saying they need to be perfect. That's just asinine. People out there saying there can't be any bugs. It's got to be perfect. It's got to come out with 120 frames. No, it doesn't need to be perfect, people. It just needs to be good games. That's it. They need to be good games.
Nah,
Xbox isn't freaking dying.
I disagree there. It needs to come out. It needs to come out. It needs to fucking come out.
Come on, guys, you're best friends.
It needs to come out polished. No, listen.
I'm not saying
broken.
One at a time. Shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
it needs to come out fucking polished. If it has a 1-2 bug in
agree.
it, I can accept it. I'm not accepting a multitude of.
Oh,
bugs
I
in
agree
this
with that
fucking game.
100%. I didn't
Okay?
say that
It needs to come out damn well near perfect.
I said
Everything
it
they've
didn't need
released
to come
so
out
far has been
perfect.
fucking shitty. Okay, it
Do you-
needs to come out perfect.
Okay,
What I'm
so do you
talking
think
about
it needs
when
to come
I
out
say
perfect,
perfect,
Hans? What do you
asinine.
think?
That's not fucking
When-
asinine to want something good.
Okay, you know what's asinine? To ask for perfection. I'm not talking about bugs.
As close
D.
to
I'm talking
perfection
Hang on,
as
D.
possible.
I'm not talking
you-
about bugs. I'm talking about people saying stuff like they want all the frames. They want every game to have a freaking 60 mode. They want every
game
to,
should have a 60 mode.
Hopefully it does. Yeah.
Every
I
game.
hope it does. I hope it
mode.
does. But I don't think that'll happen for every game. One of those games is Starfield. Anybody expecting a 60 frame needs to just pump the brakes.
I ain't pumping no
Todd has
brakes.
said many times.
Here
Todd
lies
has
the
said
problem.
many
No, hold on, hold on.
times it'll be
As someone that
30.
understands
But we know he's
hardware,
lying when he said he preferred 30, so maybe he's lying about that. He never
as
said
someone
it'll
that
be
knows
30
hardware,
either.
Here lies the
I hope
problem.
he is.
He never
You
said
can
it'll
have-
be 30.
You can have a 60 FPS mode, even if it requires you dropping it to 1080 fucking p. Nobody cares if it's at 1080p as long as you have a fucking 60 FPS mode. It's a
I agree with
fucking
you.
option.
Yeah. No, I disagree with you, Fonz, in this idea. Like everyone should pump the brakes. First of all,
About
People-
Starfield.
about
Yeah.
Starfield, people didn't spend $530 to $50 on the world's most powerful console to play their games at 30 frames per second, dude.
Yeah.
If I wanted to play my games at 30, I'd still be on my one app.
Oh,
So
shit.
no,
Here's the thing.
Fonz, the game
I've
should
never-
be coming out with a 60 FPS patch, but it doesn't actually matter. I'm playing on PC.
Bethesda.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
Bethesda. It's
That-
Bethesda on console.
There you
Every
go.
game they've ever launched on console was 30 frames per
I mean,
second.
obviously, Fonz, because the
Well, they
consoles
had no
couldn't
choice last
constantly
time.
do 60 FPS. Like, let's
I'm just telling
Yeah.
you, with the engine they're using and everything, it's not like they've
the new
revamped
engine that they're
everything.
working on,
Yeah,
the Creation
yeah,
Engine
yeah,
2.
Yeah, and say that in quotes because
I mean,
new
I
isn't-
understand what
yeah.
you're saying, but it's still technically
yeah.
the Creation
I'm
Engine 2.
telling you, don't expect 60 frames on Starfield because Todd Howard has
Do a
said it
barrel
many
roll.
times.
Dub Dundee says you're giving Xbox a pass, Fonz, you fraud.
Ouch.
Oh,
Now
shit.
watch they surprise us and it's 120 frames.
Hey, I would love a 60 frame mode. I would love it.
Jizz
I
Payne
don't-
says
I-
he loves
I
you,
wouldn't,
Fonz.
I wouldn't just love it. I expect it, and if they don't
Exactly.
have it, then they need to fucking do something better. Then that's
Exactly.
a problem. It's not asinine to say that when you literally have 60 frames on the Redfall box, and then have to put a makeshift sticker on it and say 30 comes later. Like, I'm sorry, like
You
it's
can't
done.
compare Redfall to Starfield.
I'm
at
just
all.
saying anything. I'm not even
Okay.
talking about just. I'm not even talking about just Starfield. I'm talking about every fucking game that they make that's first party should be 60. They
I
said
wish
that's
it
the
was, because
standard. They said
because
that's the
if you look-
standard. They
Bro,
said that's
if
Hey,
you
here's
look
an,
over at
here's an
Sony,
important comment, by
If you
the
look
way.
over at Sony,
We're not
all
talking
their
about
first
Sony
party
right
games
now.
are 60
Look,
frames as
look.
well.
I get what everyone's trying to say, and it's all good points, and it's all great stuff. But here's a comment involving the actual topic, right? So we got a comment from who's that? Cool King. Big shout out to you. He says that there was a disclaimer in the Game Pass trailer, basically. So he's saying that it basically said some games will be coming out soon, and some are not gameplay, and some do not represent actual, current bullshit and stuff like that. So he's saying that it could be near release, but not necessarily released in near
It might
2023.
come. It might come tomorrow. Maybe
It may
30
be
years.
may not.
You don't know.
And
It may
that's
never
again,
release.
chat. Let us know if you think Hellblade's coming out this year, because that seems like a little far fetched to me personally. Maybe I could be surprised. Maybe not. I remember because those same people that are saying that, because I've been told the same thing. Oh, I think it could be coming out this year. They also told me that Starfield was coming out in June or fucking whenever the fuck. So
I'll tell you this much:
11/22.
if Starfield comes
What happened
out
to the marchers?
and it doesn't have a 60 frames per second mode, and it's a great game, people aren't going to give a shit.
Not
my
as much
words,
as they will
people
with something
aren't
like
going to
Redfall.
give a shit.
I'll
And if
give
they
shit.
do, they're going to play it on their PC.
I won't. But
I also know people that won't play it if it is 30.
yeah, and trust me, they're out there. I'm out there. No, I'll still play it, but damn, I will die in the process. Redfall showed me today that, and over the weekend that it's got me
Today, you fraud.
Oh God.
No, you know what
Well,
shows me that
again-
honestly more than anything is the fact that all these guys that playing Jedi decided, oh, I'm just going to run the 30 frames mode,
Yeah, no way.
and they're loving it. And I can't do it even with the bad performance on the performance mode. I'd rather play that than the 30 frames mode.
Makes me sick.
Look, as bad as RedFall is now, it was worse before the day one patch. Basically,
I have
it was
an update on
even
this.
worse.
I have an update on the Star Wars thing. So basically, you're getting about 10 FPS average where it still fluctuates. The Xbox Series X, because it has a better VRR range, it is performing smoother, but you still get some drops, and it is holding closer to 60, but there is still some drops to like 50s and 48, but it's not, the drops aren't as bad, and it's smoother because of VRR and Series X right now.
So you said
It's an
overall
update.
it's about 10 FPS, like average
on the consoles.
after one patch. That's not bad, man.
Yeah.
And no, and when it comes to Starfield and Hellblade, everybody's putting chips, in the basket for Starfield and saying, it needs to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect, number one. But if it's a damn good game, it's not going to fucking matter. It's not going to kill Xbox like some of these people are saying. It's so dumb. A lot of people.
I'll say this, man. if it's a good game, it's not going to get dinged as much, sure, and it'll be more tolerable, sure. Of course, gameplay is key, so people will play it. But 30 FPS is going to kill a segment of gamers that are interested in that game. It's gonna kill some people that want to get a Series X for that game, and it's gonna make some people say, you know what, I'm not gonna get a Series X. I'm gonna invest in the PC. I'm gonna play it on PC.
Sure, I can see that.
So I
for some
think
people.
overall
Yeah.
the game will do fine as long as it's not.
Hold on. Sorry,
But
I'm sorry.
the 30
I think,
FPS on console is fucking garbage.
I'm not even talking about just the 30. If the game is not quality, if it's not up there, if Starfield is not good, I'm telling you, there's going to be changes at management. There has to be, because at that point,
If it's not
you've already
agree.
fumbled. They've already fumbled like Halo, which is their flagship. And now if they fumble this, which is
We're just
shaping
leading
up to
into
be
a
one
bunch
of the
like
biggest
fear
things.
mongering shit. I mean,
Like,
ultimately
it's
we'll
like
have to
fear
see.
mongering,
That's
bro.
the
At this
thing.
point,
No.
there's no fear mongering.
Well,
It's just a standard that's been set.
Look,
and that's it.
Again, Redfall in development for years and years, as you said yourself.
It's not just
Should
Redfall,
they have,
right?
should they have deleted
Here's
it?
the-
Should they have deleted it?
Yeah.
Or delete it?
know
Yeah,
what?
go ahead and delete it. Fuck it. Should they have deleted it? Yes, they should have. But again, Bethesda are
The
fully in
bottom
charge
line,
of the
the bo-
game, and hopefully they give it all the time they need. That's all Xbox can do. Just like but they didn't do that with Redfall. That's why I bring it Redfall. So hopefully they tell these guys not to rush their
come
shit.
on. Even when I first saw Redfall, and even when I saw the previews and stuff, people brought back with them after they freaking went and got flown out to play these games. This game, Redfall. Not once have I ever said to myself, now that excuse me, now that game is going to move the needle. Never have I said that.
I'm so glad. I'm so
but
glad I didn't go
Xbox-
play that shit.
But Xbox games, they need to move the fucking needle.
But
That's the
yes, they do.
problem.
They do 100%. Putting out a mid game like this one, that's the thing. I expected that from this game. Most people, I think, when they saw the game, thought, "Oh yeah, it looks, like one of those co-op, You know what it reminded me of?" And I told somebody this today: Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is kind of a hit for them, right? But it doesn't move the needle. It's just a game, a co-op game that a lot of people love to play together. I thought maybe Redfall would be that for them,
but Sea of Thieves wasn't.
but it
broken.
didn't land.
And
It
Sea of
didn't
Thieves
land.
is not an ugly game, and it has some good water mechanics, and it has
But
some
it's
new
not
type
fair.
of gameplay mechanics. So
No
it can be
new gameplay mechanics. I don't think.
It
But-
can
yeah,
be
no,
a little
no.
bit subjective there,
Mhm.
where
I would say
I
that
just
that's a
think it's
bad-
unfair.
That's
I just
a
think it's
massive-
Look,
unfair.
I gotta read one more chat and then we gotta go.
No,
but-
here's let me say this real quick.
Yeah.
I just think it's unfair that we saw this coming a mile away with Redfall,
Uh-huh.
but we're going to put this stigma on Starfield because Redfall is bad. Starfield needs to be perfect for
Is that
everything
the
to be
argument?
okay.
Hold on a
that-
second.
shit.
Is that the argument
Here
that
we go.
everyone's making here? Because that's not the argument that me and Zoc are
That's what
making.
brought it up, though, I
I'm
think.
not talking about you. I'm talking about people that I've seen on Twitter say this, and
So,
and
yeah,
it's like to the death
I'll say-
of Xbox.
I'll
if-
say
if
this though,
Star-
some
Yeah,
of the
go ahead.
showing of Redfall, where it looked pretty good. Like the particles look good, the lighting looked good. Some of that shit looked pretty decent, and I'm not seeing any of that shit in the actual final release. So I don't know what happened there. And they
It
showed
didn't load
mostly,
in like the textures.
yeah, and it showed mostly PC footage from all these events. So we never really got to see the Xbox version too. And the Xbox version looks substantially worse than the PC version. I'm not saying the PC version is awesome, but the Xbox version looks worse. So I don't think people were fully anticipating it like that. And I think some people too said, you know what, I can deal with the art style of the game as long as it's a well-playing game with good mechanics and a good story and whatnot. And this game has none of that.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not worried about Starfield because I expect a great game from Todd Howard's team. I expect it. Like they've always put out great freaking games. Not one game has been bad from Todd Howard's team. Not one. Not one.
I love you, buddy, but you also expected a great thing from Cyberpunk, and then it came out. I'm just fucking saying.
Hey, but look at the track record of CD Projekt,
what
okay?
are you talking about? I love
Those
Cyberpunk.
wounds, come on, Zocker.
I loved Cyberpunk. So what are you talking about?
Where's the review? What did you give it?
It was a great game.
Cyberpunk is
Seriously, I love that game. I played it when it came out on the Series X. What are you talking about? It was a great game.
Yeah, you played a lot of Cyberpunk. How many times did you run through it? Once or twice?
A game and a half.
Gotcha. What'd you give it? Because you never did make a fucking review, which I've given you shit about. What do you give it?
8.5 out of 10.
8.5. You should do a review 3 years later.
I think that's valid. I think that's a valid
and
score.
and here's the thing.
Cyberpunk 3 years later.
Starfield. Look, I'm a big Bethesda fan. I've loved all their single player RPGs. And they've all been incredible, reviewed incredibly well. I'm not worried about Starfield at all. So to put this stigma on Starfield because Redfall is freaking mid. Well, we saw that a mile away. There was no reason to even put everything on Redfall for Xbox. It's weird to me. That's why
I think Cyberpunk's trash.
Can we just say hold on, D? Can we just say that it's not just Redfall, bro? That's the point. Bethesda has not brought out a lot of great stuff in the last couple years, except for Doom Eternal. They've had Fallout 76. They've had the fucking New Bloods or whatever that's called. They've had a couple things that were her hearts. Yeah, and Todd Howard promoted those, and Todd Howard promoted those because he had those.
Exactly.
But he was also executive or whatever it is that needs to be on them. It just is what it is. And Starfield, I hope it's great, and it probably will be great.
It will be.
It probably will be. It still does need to hit certain performances and certain things for people to be really happy with it.
I'm just not going to sit there and expect stuff that they've never delivered on before.
I like turtles.
You make a good argument where I'm inclined to believe you that the game will be a good game. However, the performance is very important, man. If this game doesn't come out with the performance, and like I said, with very few bugs and issues, the game, even if it's good, just for one, it's an Xbox game. Two, all the games that came previously have been kind of duds, and we're expecting a big banger here, and it'll just be disappointment for a lot of gamers. I don't think it'll kill the game in the sense that Redfall is just gonna fucking nuke itself. But I don't think it'll be a good look. So I think they really need to concentrate on the performance and make sure they quality test this fucking game.
I'm with you 100% on that. I'm with you 100% on that. I'm just not expecting it. I'm not. It's a Bethesda game. Every Bethesda game that has dropped has had bugs, has had freaking 30 frames on console. It's just that's
they
Bethesda.
need to break the pattern. Break the fucking pattern.
I hope they do. I hope they do.
Shout out to Jim Cryan. Jim Cryan, big shout out to you in the chat, man. Look, we gotta get off here. My girl's leaving, going out of town tomorrow. I gotta spend some time with her before we have to pass the fuck out. So
the Warriors are fucking playing.
The Warriors got took to 7 by fucking the Kings. Okay, lucky they're even still
here. Where are your Bulls at?
They're on fire in the corner.
Wait, we ain't gonna like the Kings ain't the upcoming Warriors in the future.
You know what? If Anthony Davis shows up and the unibrow smashes the Warriors to pieces, all right.
All right, okay. Keep hoping.
I ain't hoping. I'm just telling. All right.
Don't go against the GOAT Curry.
Listen, man. We all know that Anthony Davis comes and goes like the wind.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, somebody might sneeze. Somebody might sneeze on him, and he'll die like Morgan in fucking Red Dead.
His name's Arthur.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that little tweet that someone put out saying the rivalry is renewed, and they did it in Dragon Ball Z style with Curry and LeBron?
Yep. I saw it.
That shit was so funny.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, it's gonna be epic, man. I'm going for LeBron. So
and I was more surprised by the Nuggets kicking the shit out of the Suns so easily.
I'm
But,
not. The Suns
Jokic
have.
out there.
Well, look, I mean, usually you let KD do a little. Look, we're talking about basketball right now. This ain't the best basketball
The
podcast.
Suns lost all their depth.
Look, the Suns lost
You
hope
don't know
in
what we, wait, hold on.
life.
You don't know what we can be if you put your mind to it, sir.
Oh yeah,
be the
well,
best.
turn
Oh, fuck
into
it, that's
a
some
turn into a
Fern
taco.
Gully shit.
They gonna say we ain't the best basketball
Okay,
podcast.
okay.
Speak for
While we're at it,
yourself.
while we're at it, can we start talking about some hockey? What about them?
No,
Leafs?
we will
no,
not
we
go
good
there,
on that.
D-Batch.
Oh,
That
yeah.
Nintendo are off limits.
What teams is in the playoffs? The Bruins? I don't know.
Yeah,
The Bruins got eliminated like bitches, didn't they, Hargy?
Didn't they?
She's a bunch of hockey bitches in here. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. And by the way, there's a new PS5 model reportedly coming out this year with a detachable disk drive.
Yep.
So you'll be able to
Yeah,
stick that
and
up your
then-
ass
and
if
the
you're a
PS
fan. But yeah, we got to go ahead and get the
PS5
fuck out of here.
Pro.
We're going to say our
Yeah,
outros
whoa.
and all that stuff and all that stuff. So, Fonz, another way,
yeah.
tell people what they've been playing, what you've been playing, and where can people find you?
Jedi
Fallen
Survivor.
Survivor.
Jedi, not buggy. Jedi performance issues Survivor. I'm surviving the performance mode. Okay, that's what's going on. So I'm surviving that, and you can find me at Fonz Gaming. Come over to my channel if you want to on Sunday, because I do my show over there. I have a good time, and Hargeet was just on there Sunday. We had a great time.
I got a big shout out to Russian. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you know what? That's actually how I look at it. I don't have I do prefer a team. Like I'm rooting for a team, but I'm not putting down all the other teams and like trying to shit on them and being serious about it. I'm just like you. I enjoy this sport, and I kind of respect good players, right, and good teams.
Sure,
that
cheering
execute,
for the
so.
Warriors. I get it.
No,
I get it.
I actually don't care who wins that. I just want to see it. So that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. But
Too bad you
Again,
didn't do the same for your PS5. You kicked it down
I got the respect to
stairs.
put it off the ground when it fell, and I put it back on the
Oh
shelf.
my god.
Hey, let's go
I
ahead
thought
and
you put it back in the box and then you put it on
I
the
put it
shelf.
with
Outros,
your.
I want to go watch
I
the
put it
goddamn
with your,
Warriors.
I put it with your outro, Forte. Where do you been playing? Where can people find you, bud?
Oh man, definitely. Well, first of all, you guys can find me at Gaming 14 everywhere, YouTube, Twitter, Xbox Live, and PlayStation. And then you can check us out on DPS Podcast. It'll be on my channel 9 p.m. this Thursday with the Homeboy Slow-Mo Backslap. I have been still playing Destiny, getting to the grind of that. I've been also playing Jedi Survivor, which those textures and those oil textures they need to do something with, because it doesn't look like real oil when you're running around. It just takes you out of the immersion. Other than that, I'm still enjoying
It's the oil
game.
that got him.
Man, that oil, man. I'm watching your gameplay today, and I'm like, that looks.
That's 1080p. All right, at 28 frames a second. Don't
It
judge it on
still looks terrible.
It actually goes down to sub 720p.
Oh my god.
It's 480i at
648 or
1080p
something, yeah.
Most
Yeah,
powerful
so-
console.
in the world.
So didn't jump in. So gonna be finishing that up, trying to get that done before Tears of the Kingdom comes out next week, because it's going to be over once that releases. And anybody that is looking for a PlayStation VR, it looks like they're going to be hitting retail in next Friday. So doesn't look like they're only going to be tied to the PlayStation store anymore.
Hold
so
up. You just
Go
talk
ahead.
shit about textures on Jedi.
Yeah.
And then you're talking about playing a Nintendo game?
What the fuck?
Listen.
He was breaking his immersion that everything wasn't cell shaded.
Listen, Nintendo don't try to be nothing that they ain't.
So
And
what if
that's
they
one
thought
thing
those
they
oil
ain't.
paintings could be good enough for what they were, huh?
Listen, if Zelda had an oil painting in it, I would be like, that's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, I believe you. You'd be like, that shit's amazing because Nintendo, and they don't even try, So
Yep.
that's
And
what's so
guess
cool
what?
about it.
And guess what? I'm gonna be like, you know what? This system couldn't even handle those oil paintings if that was the
Sorry,
case.
Zelda
So,
can't
let's be
handle a
for
solid
real.
frame rate. Just like Jedi.
Oh my god.
Hey, so
Yeah,
follow
that's true,
Forte
too.
at Gaming at Forte. Just type that in on Twitter. And of course, or check my tweet after the show. We got D-Batch, buddy. What have you been playing? Where can people find you?
I'm playing Jedi Survivor. It's pretty good. Enjoying it. Performance isn't too bad now with the update on the 4090. So hopefully I'll clear that game this
Take a
week.
stim
I like
already.
how he keeps saying 4090, man. And like it's supposed to be good he's like, man, I got a 4090. This performance is great.
Yeah, it's real good on that $1,500
Yeah, you know
graphics
what?
card.
Yeah, you know what, man?
$1,500 graphics card, it should be great.
No, you know what? I gotta be honest with you guys, man. When I fired up for the first time, I saw those drops down to like 45, 50 FPS. I was like, yo, my shit's broken. What happened?
He said my graphics card's broke.
I was like, what's going on, man? I got a bug. It must be a virus.
It's EA.
Yeah, it was
EA
pretty bad. But now it's playable, so I'm gonna go through it. It's funny. I have a 7900 XTX as well. I did a
Nice.
comparison on the channel on the weekend. So the 7900 XTX, it actually outperformed my 4090. So I've been playing it on AMD's top end GPU, and I've been getting pretty good performance. So Go figure.
Are
And
you
with ray tracing at that?
are you switching your GPU out, or do you have a second rig? With
No, I
the
have, I have 2 rigs.
Okay,
Why
God
are you
bless
extending
you.
this, Forte? You're taking it upon yourself to
I
extend
just wanted
this.
to ask him a question.
I just told you my
don't-
girl going out of town. Shit, what the fuck?
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
I'm
All right,
sorry,
you guys
man.
can find me on Twitter at D_batch, on YouTube at dbatch. Was a great show. Sorry for the rant. I want you guys just to want to have the best and want the best. It's tough love, and is what it is. See you next week.
Hey, and then we've also got one, Ash and Luca. Thanks for, I thought you were left earlier. That's why I didn't call on you, but
I
I
went
should
to
have
get
known that you would never do
some-
that to me.
I would never do that to you,
So what
bro,
have you been
bro.
playing and where can people find you?
Yeah, I haven't been playing anything.
All
'Cause
right.
I'm a fraud. So, but you guys can find me on Twitter at the Ash and Luca, and I have a YouTube channel called the Ash and Luca. And thanks so much for having me. I had a fun time. Lots of arguing. You know what I'm saying? Good time. Good energy, boys. Nothing but love and respect for all of you. Fonz, I'm glad that you were able to come through. I was actually disappointed when I told dealer I was like, I'm gonna sneak on because I thought you'd be here, but you weren't. So I was like, oh, that sucks. But I'm happy
Well,
you were
I
able to get on.
Yeah, so you can yell at me.
Yeah.
Look, that's the one thing that I love about this show is the fact that we can yell at each other, but at the end of the show, we talk behind the scenes. We have a good time. It's nothing.
We're all like good, pals. And Luca was here last week, and we loved having her on then. We're going to have a little movie segment every week
Ooh,
from now on, actually, because of Luca.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Maybe we could integrate that in there. Chat, let me know what you think about that. We can add
Yeah,
like
man,
a little
I'm
section
down
like
for it.
what kind of, thing are you
That
watching?
sounds like fun.
Stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I'm down for it, man.
Real deal stinger you watching podcast. We've also got the amazing Zalker 87 carrot eats carrots without chewing extraordinaire. What have you been playing, buddy? Where can people find you?
Been playing God of War Ragnarok the last like 3 to 4 days. Really enjoying it. Started it before I left, and then obviously for 2 weeks I was in Tahiti. I got to Tahiti before that bitch ass Dutch got there. So hell yeah, it was great. It was beautiful. So glad to just be back into like a regular routine and getting into some of these games. And I also played about like 3 hours, I want to say, of RedFall, which it is what it is. And then I'm gonna wait for Jedi to get some patches, and I'll jump into it after Ragnarok. So a lot of games to play, really excited, and then I'll probably wait for Dead Island 2 because I heard a lot of good things about that game, a lot from
the
multiple
most
people.
polished AAA game out there this year. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
so
Yeah.
I heard a lot of good
figure.
things from it. So I'm gonna wait for that on a sale probably, and then jump into that. So yeah, that's about everything I've been playing. It's been fun, and so yeah, thank you for having me, and I'm glad to be back, buddy.
Shady's in the chat. Shout out to Shady. Wants to get in there and talk sensually. And then we've also got
Hey, baby.
Hargy. What have you been playing, buddy? And where can people find you on Twitter?
On Twitter at
Twitter.
Elon Musk. No, by the way, there's one super chat. I don't know if we got to that one. Fire71, $10. Shout out to Fonz being here, and hope your dad is getting better. And shout
Oh,
out as
thank you,
always
man.
to you, dealer,
man.
and the rest of the panel.
Yeah, big shout out to
Um,
Fires. I meant to actually get that, brother. Thanks for catching that.
Yeah, and I've been playing. I just finished Gotham Knights and Shadow Warrior 3. Started up Wolong, which is it's a hard game, but yeah, it's fun enough. And I think we're like a third of the way through. There's a lot in
It's
that
fun
game. It's
enough.
long. Yeah, it's a long game. But either way, and you can find me here and then on Boom's podcast tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. And I'm H Chani on Xbox. You can check me out there.
And I think I got everyone right.
That's it.
Obviously, you can check me out here or Xbox more commonly at II_dealer_II, where you can message me if you want to play some 2K or something. Hit me up. I won't be playing RedFall until the patch for the performance hits. Literally hurt my eyeballs.
I gotta at least try it before I really
try
speak
it.
on
I encourage everyone to try it. I'm just saying, like, don't expect me to play that co-op. Anyone that messages me,
Hey, let's co-op tonight.
No, I'm not doing it unless it's you, Fonz. We'll do it. But yeah, I lied about that. I'm uninstalling it. No, I'm gonna wait for the update. Seriously, follow me on Twitter at dealer_gaming, and then of course you can let us know your thoughts down below. Shout out to the guys that rock out with us no matter what. As long as you're getting our real takes on stuff. That's what you care about, or at least kind of respect it a little bit. We're not going to feed you some bullshit, or we're not saying anyone else feeding anything else is bullshit necessarily. We're just saying we're trying to be honest with you about stuff, and we think that's the best path to a better brand. That's the only reason we do it. We don't want to do it. It really sucks that we got to do it. But again, hopefully RedFall gets patched up, and they can make it the best it can be. If Sea of Thieves can recover, which was 10% of a game when it came out.
Well, Sea of Thieves was in the preview program and all that, right?
Nope.
Like it wasn't. Well, here's the thing. I'll just say this. I don't think it's going to recover. I think it's dead. I think this game died. Reviewers killed it. It's done.
Well, fuck the reviewers. Some of those guys reviewed Elden Ring and didn't even beat the game, all right?
Oh, I know.
So, we just got to say goodnight and get some rest and hit me up on Xbox if you want to play some 2K. We're out.
Later, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.